Greetings, greetings, greetings. Baby, the hackation was upon me, y'all. They would not let me get on this internet today. My goodness. Would not let me get onto the internet. I thought the internet was for everybody. Greetings, greetings. Welcome to the Dopest Nerd. Come on in, guys. Shout out to the Dopest Mod, Renee. How you doing, sis? Thank you for manning the fort. Come in here, you guys. Come in here, you guys. We got case updates. We got important case updates. You know that favorite line I can't stand, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to wait till everybody gets in here. Let me take these off. I need to put some readers on. Where my readers at? They didn't want to let your girl up in this internet today. Shout out to the Dopest Mod, Miss Locked herself. Everybody give our sister some love. You know, that's my homie Pastroni. I gotta find my readers, y'all, because I'm looking cute in the eyes, but I really can't see the screen. You know what my readers are? You know what my readers are? Look at my room real quick. You got them, huh? Guys, let me get these readers. I want to be able to see what you guys are saying. Hey, guys. I missed you. I got them. You know, I'm a little winded from running up them stairs. When I come downstairs, I bring everything I need because I ain't got no time for descending stairs all day. Whew. Let me go in silence so I can take a deep breath. Okay, now I can see. Hey, guys. I missed you all so much. Hi, everyone. So let me just say, shout out to everybody. Thank you for being here with us. Welcome to the Dopest Nerd. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with us. I'm so winded. And we appreciate you guys for that. Let me turn up the little... I'm not one to say, I told you so, but has anybody seen The Song Is Mine, The Job Is Mine? Boy, content creators on the internet is trying to come again. Did I not tell y'all this was Finesse Gate? I told y'all. But let me finish my intro because this was a weird start. Welcome to the Dopest Nerd. We thank you. You know what the routine is, guys. Come on in, leave your shoes by the door, grab a pair of fuzzy socks, jump up on the couch, throw your feet up, stay a while. You're family now. Welcome to the family. Guys, we have some case updates in the I say Puffy, but the world says Diddy. So I'm gonna let y'all have y'all Diddy, but he Puffy to me. Um, Case, and that is Finesse Gate number 2, the latest update, the latest lawsuit. I'm gonna tell you how. I see everybody out on the internet like, oh, let me tell you what's going on. And certain people that like to be the first on the scene to report, and then they always have to double back and wheel and come again. I don't listen. You see this thing called vision that the Lord gives? You see this thing called eyes to see and ears to hear? It is not common. I look at all these different content creators. They up there spewing their theories. Oh, I'm gonna tell y'all don't understand. This is that, this is that. Hey, they would do themselves well to wait and see what me have to say before they jump out and embarrass themselves. Are people not tired of humiliating themselves? Where is journalistic integrity in the content creator space? Because my gosh, if vision was gold, some of y'all will be homeless, okay? Homeless. No disrespect to homeless people. You lack vision. These content creators, when I tell you no foresight, they can't read between the lines. They cannot see the forest beyond the trees. I said unequivocally with the Just Hilarious and the Lauren LaRosa thing, nothing no go so star. This is a real argument. This is the Blair Witch Project of beef. Not really real, all in your mind. I saw other content creators say that I was wrong for my assessment. And now look, they got a whole Brandy and Monica, the job is mine. However, listen, I'm gonna give y'all an update. So let me go up the line and get some love to the folks that's in the room, to the people in the nosebleed seats who are watching from their TVs and don't have the wherewithal to comment in the chat or don't choose to, or shout out to the neurodivergence, shout out to everybody. That's the whole spectrum. One end of the spectrum all the way till the other end of the spectrum. And let me just tell you, based on what we know about this world, everybody falls somewhere on that spectrum, somewhere. So shout out to everybody. But I want to call some names because I love you guys. I love you guys so much. You rock with me. When I'm silent, don't think I'm ignoring y'all or staying away. Sometimes God is telling me, peace, be still. And that is where God has had me. Peace, be still. God hasn't really given me the, because I had Nirvana make me some thumbnails the last 2 days or 3 days, make me thumbnails. And I still never got online because God said, peace, be still. God said, cease and settle yourself. God said, hush your mouth. Me never tell you if you go talk. So I have to wait on the Lord. I'm sorry. That's the position I'm taking at always. It's not about what I feel and think all the time. It is when God tells me to speak, I'm going to speak. And if he tell me hush my mouth, I'm going to hush my mouth. Well, today he said, go on, go talk. So let me just get to some things. Shout out to Willow Green. Shout out to Regina Calloway. What's up, my loves? For Sean Matthews, really Isha. Mocha B always in the spot. These 3 kids, M. Zambrano. What up, baby? Long time no see. Regina I said Regina. Cooks Crates. Shay. Kiki Eyes. Sam N. Soul Light. Allison Austin. Carla Turner. What up, baby? Tell Granny I said, mwah. Love you, Granny. Dishing with the D. Hey, I haven't seen you in a minute. What's the deal, mama? How's the kids? Annette Graff, God's daughter. Franca Avi. Annette, sorry, I said it twice. Lindsay Lou, Martha Cardiel, and everybody in the nosebleeds and everybody everywhere. Hey, loves, how y'all doing? I miss y'all. Well, let's get to this latest case update. So as you saw in the thumbnail, there is a new lawsuit. And this gentleman gave his name. But before you all jump to conclusions and think, shout out to Polly, Ishelle Reed, I see new names popping in. Before you jump to conclusions and think, Ooh, child. I need y'all to stop. Wait. They don't love you like I love you. Wait. They don't. I'm sorry. I tickle myself. At this point, Nirvana will be saying, "You think you are so funny. You tickle yourself, don't you?" I really do. Because I have a purview that I don't know why other people cannot seek God and ask Him to give them the wisdom and the spirit and the power of discernment before they get out in these YouTube streets and spew, as we say in Creole, before they spew their verbal diarrhea and make a mess of things. Always assuming. Let me tell you something. And I've said it once, I've said it twice, I've said it at least 59 times since I've been making videos. The internet is a social media experiment. The internet is a case study in human behavior. And YouTube is the epicenter of that case study. And people, content creators, baby, they think they are the ones doing the work to inform on everybody, but they are the ones being studied. Baby, when I tell you they sink to their lowest common denominator at all times, people love salaciousness, not just the content creators, the purveyors of the information as well. Because like I said, I would have 100,000 views. I would have 100,000 subscribers if everybody just came for good stuff and a wholesome, God-filled, thought-provoking, well thought out information. No, the day I decide, if I was to be common and decide to be like, girl, let me give y'all the tea, honey, I would have 2 million subscribers. I mean that. Some people think I'm too Pollyanna-ish. Oh, she always talking about God over there. Sure do. He is the center of my world. And I always try to give wholesome information that has that's beneficial, mutually beneficial to you guys and myself. But I digress. Let me go on to the point at hand. Shout out to my girl Locked. Love you long time. I'm a brethren, my sister in that. Shout out to my girl Locked. I love her, the dopest mod in the land. Listen here. Just like I said with the Just Hilarious and the Lauren LaRosa, there is a play being run. And this latest lawsuit is a play being run as well. And so here what the play is. And I could see it obviously. I could see it so clearly. Also, guys, be sure to thumbs up. We got 68 people watching. I hope you got, and I'm sure there are more watching that never follow. Some of you love me so much, even though you don't really like me. But you're obsessed. You have to watch. I get it. I've heard I have that effect on people. It's quite all right. However, give a thumbs up every now and then. I mean, what's the harm in giving a thumbs up? You come to watch. Now, my nosebleed people, my people in the bleachers and in the nosebleed seats, you know my philosophy. Grab your phone, pull up YouTube, go give a like on your phone. Continue to watch on your TV. I get it. Continue to watch on your TV, but also go ahead and give me a thumbs up and share with a friend or 2 or 10. Share it. Let other people come and get this good information. But let me tell you about this latest update. The latest lawsuit has a gentleman who named himself. I don't have his name at hand. I'm going to ask my sister Locke to go ahead and put the gentleman's name who filed this latest lawsuit today. Put his name in the chat for the people. However, in the reading of the lawsuit, I watched it on another content creator, the one who's always the first to break news. Breaking news. He itemized how not only did this happen to him, but that notable people witnessed him being humiliated by Puffy. The world say Diddy, I'ma say Puffy. How Puffy put some sort of, so he was rugged and walking around kind of somewhat disoriented. Shout out Laura, I see you pop in. Hey girl. Somewhat disoriented, and he was there was some question. Initially, he says that Gloria Estefan, and I have a Gloria Estefan connection. I told you guys about it before. The doctor who did my spinal surgery ended up doing her spinal surgery when her tour bus crashed years later. But Gloria Estefan, you know, they all live on Star Island. They all have mansions on Star Island, and her husband, Emilio, his name slips me right now. She sees him staggering and she says, "Hey, what's going on? Get this man an ambulance." Her husband comes over and shushes her. Shh, shh, scram, be quiet. Mm-mm. She's like, "What's going on here?" And so I'm not shocked about the Gloria Estefan. Listen, she lives on Star Island, but here's what this is. This is a case of Puffy. Now, let me just say the big part out front. Anybody who believes that this lawsuit, is a genuine, sincere lawsuit and doesn't see this for what it is cuckoo. This is a Puffy-oriented lawsuit. See, he's already under fire. So it's nothing if the person names him as well. This is a message lawsuit. This is a message to his friends like, oh, y'all think y'all gonna leave me out here stranded? See, he thought he had a friend in Kanye when Kanye came to finesse him and get that recording so he could post for himself. He thought he had parody and friendship from Kanye. However, he realized in no time that Kanye was doing a Kanye, and he done revealed the secret conversation, and he wasn't feeling so protected. Look at the people being sued in this. Now, we hear mention of the people who witnessed him staggering and saw him being humiliated and rugged and tortured and trafficked were LeBron James, who by his own admission said, ain't no party like a Diddy party. He said that on his own during the pandemic when they had the little child, Ava. You know, another coincidence, I don't mean to cut my own wisdom, but I wanted to say something. Have you guys noticed that the two preeminent law offices in the Puffy lawsuit is, of course, we know the Busby firm, but the original law office that started this entire lawsuit and the 1-800 number to call into the 1-800 line is the AVA law firm, as in Ava, the missing little girl. His name, the acronym for his law firm is the AVA law firm, like Ava. I thought that was odd. It stood out to me. Sort of like God, you know, doing his big one from the heavens, but I digress. That just popped in my mind when I just talked about it. And so Emilio Estefan, I thought his last name was something else, but okay, maybe Estefan. I get it. I really thought his last name was something else, but because remember, Gloria Estefan was Gloria Estefan in the Miami Sound Machine, and then her husband's last name was something else, but it could be Emilio Estefan. However, the person who filed this lawsuit made mention to say it was witnessed by, because I personally saw these people and they saw me, Gloria Estefan, Emilio Estefan, LeBron James. Who else did he say? He said Adria English. Well, ain't that a name we know? Just mentioned her last week. Adria English. And what is his the young man? Something Paul. The young man who was his Ruggs mule. What is his name again? Please refresh your girl. You know, he used to play for Syracuse. He was the young white guy who was allowed to all charges dropped and disappear. Okay, they were already married when she was on the Miami Sound Machine. Okay, you know, because that was my joint. Everybody gather around. I love me some. Some Gloria Estefan. I just do. She's the joint. What up, Toinette? My love, what's the deal? What's his name? Come on, what's the guy's name? Paul. His last name is Paul. I have him on my thumbnail. I can't remember. What's his name? I don't know. Brendan Paul. Thank you, Lindsay Lou. Thank you. See, this is y'all all we are all the dopest nerds, okay? I know my nerd family is going to be right on the tip. If I can't remember something, boop, it's going to appear in the charts in no time. Thank you so much. Brendan Paul, to all you guys, Nikki, M. Zambrano, P, everybody. Good looking out. So he's suing, of all of the names mentioned and all the notable people. He said Jacob the jeweler witnessed him. He mentioned a whole lot of names, but look who he's suing. He's suing Puffy, Brendan Paul, and Adria English. Adria, I ain't got a dime. Oh, can y'all send it to my PayPal? Can y'all send it to my cat? You suing Adria English? Who we fooling? Listen, if y'all don't see that this lawsuit is a message, yeah, Puffy said, okay, sue me. Everybody sue me. No big deal. Put my name in the thing. But sue, out of all those names you mentioned, sue Brendan and sue Adria. And let me tell you why. Because as much as we know, now Lamisha was a stone cold liar. A stone cold liar. However, like I said, and I said the whole time, Adria was there. We know that. We know she was there. But we also know, we have video proof. Pictures of Adria was in the Vibe magazine one year at her party. So we know she was there. However, no one took her seriously, starting with her first interview on Tasha K. Remember, Tasha was like, are you drunk? Are you hot now? What's going on with you? No one takes her serious because she's so erratic. But the erratic behavior is an amalgamation of what she's been through, substances that may or may not be in her system. I don't want to be allegedly. The trauma she endured in her own personal life. We heard the story of how her family wouldn't let her come to her father's funeral. All of those things leave a stain in your psyche. All of those things leave a stain. And on top of the fact that she was definitely PTSD, I'm sure she had chronic PTSD. And then, she was houseless. She was living in her car. When I interviewed her, she was living in her car with her son and 2 animals, 2 dogs. Okay, so she was probably erratic, having a manic episode and was going on. And this story was prominent and it was giving her a sense of notoriety that she, we all know she has this, like many people, this overwhelming desire to be around celebrities, acknowledged by celebrities, and to be a celebrity herself. I'm not judging that. Lots of people, when I grow up, I want to be famous, whatever. That's what, not me, but that's what people say. So that amalgamation of things, and like I said, any substances that may or may not have been in her system, allegedly, made it easy to discount her. Now, my problem was that because she was so erratic and, I'd be trying to have a conversation with her and every 3 minutes is mustard on the meat. I couldn't take it. It was too much. It was too much. However, I tried. I rerouted her. I redirected her back to the point at hand. Now, I will say, and they knew because they threw the monkey wrench out there with Lamisha. See, Lamisha was fake the whole time, baby. Lamisha was a wet food stamp with the serial numbers rubbed off, the paper ones back in the days. Sorry, we don't take these. I'm sorry, mommy. These don't work. And so when they threw her in the storyline and she understood that she could manipulate Adria because Adria was so erratic and possibly on things. Shout out to the Trusty Dusty show producer, everybody. And I'm going to say something for her later too. I want you guys to help me with her. We're going to do a special live for her. She got nominated for, oh my God, I'm so proud of my child. But I'm going to tell you that afterwards. Because she was counted in mainstream society and in these internet streets as unreliable due to her erratic behavior, everyone was easy to discount her. But what y'all don't understand, remember, she was going through the whole representation thing and she lost her attorney, which was, the infamous red lip and a Burberry sweater suit attorney. Sorry, guys. She tickles me pink. It is bizarre. But she lost her attorney. who was, you know who, she was attempting to get additional representation, and based on how she had showed up on the internet, it was posing difficult for her. Well, let me tell you something. Somebody put her in treatment. So your girl Adria been getting cleaned up. Now, let me tell you something about somebody who knows your business and your tea. If they flighty, it's easy to discount them. But baby, when they get cleaned up, you better believe they gonna clean your clock. And so look at the two people that were sued along with him. Two people who have firsthand information and will finish him. And two people who I'm certain, and here's my theory, I could be wrong. I'm just saying that I seek wisdom from the Most High. I ask the Most High, give me a spirit of discernment and wisdom so I could put these things together, Father God. Shout out to Lady Letitia, who gave me a super chat. Lady Letitia. Good. She said, hello, lady. Good to see you live. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for everybody representing for the channel and donating and supporting the channel with your time, your energy, your money, all of that. We appreciate you so much. Thank you. And so it is my sincere belief that because she was so unpredictable, it was easy to discount her. But see, she had very vital information that was able to be proven. And there's nothing worse than someone who really knows your tea and gets themselves cleaned up. And I'm going to say, rug treatment and alcohol treatment is not cheap. So who has the money and the wherewithal to just put her in a program to clean her up? Let me think. The feds, because she is a witness. I'm almost certain. I can almost guarantee you with almost 100% degree certainty, based on my information and belief and my spirit of discernment and she is a witness for the feds. And baby, the only way, and listen, we're getting closer and closer. This is April 1st. We're getting close to the May 5th start of jury selection. And so when you're, oh honey, let me get this charger before this thing go off. The computer just decided to. I should come to this whole, I know this whole thing. I should come to this prepared with the cord and everything already, but I was so eager to get to you guys. I was so eager to get to you and share this lovely information with you. And once the Most High told me, go ahead and speak, I was like, oh, let me get over there and talk to my folks in there. And so, like I was saying, treatment is not cheap. For someone to be placed into treatment, there's a lot of money associated with that. Who just jumped on? There's a lot of money associated with seeking treatment. And so if you find someone who is just placed into treatment, usually there's money behind it. And who would she be valuable to, especially because we have pictures from the Vibe magazine, old pictures that showed when these things were taking place, she was in the house. And if someone comes to you with a proposition and says, look, now we hear you talking and we know what you're saying has credibility. We've been able to verify based on things you said of people placed, and we've been able to verify what you have said has some merit, but we find you to be very unpredictable. If you want to get a semblance of any reconciliation, recompense, and credibility, we're going to put you in this thing. Now, we know we've seen your video with the dopest nerd. Very good journalistic approach to your situation, no less. In my mind, this is what they said. However, if you want, we see that you have the capability to be a level-headed. That is the most level-headed we saw you on any interview. We see that you have the capability to be level-headed and get your point across. We are willing to put you in treatment and we will provide a home for you and your child because there's no way that sweet little boy should be living in a car. You think she ain't going to go to treatment and get that life together? Baby, a clean truth teller is the worst thing. They say a child, a drunk, and somebody who if a woman scorned, baby, don't let them have tea on you. Them three will finish you. When I said done, I mean finish, done, done, done. Done, done, done. Stick a fork in you, you're done. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and there is no greater truth than spoken by a child or a drunk. You hear? Put a 1 in the chat if I'm telling the truth. If you agree that the 3 people you don't want on your back, the 3 people you don't want on your back is a drunk, a child, or a woman scorned, I rest my case. Because, baby, a woman scorned, she could love you down, okay? She could have prayed to God, God, if you let him come back, God, I promise I will go to church every Sunday. Honey, that woman that love you that much, and then you step on that, what, guys? You step on her what? On that what? Put it in the chat. Let's see where I'm giving out gold stars today. If you step on her what? You crossed that woman that prayed to God and did a snot cry for you? She prayed to God begging, huffing with the snot cry. And if you step on her, come on now, Sam and gold star. Gold star, shorty. Let me put you, Katia, everybody coming through. See, this is what I'm telling you about. I love my nerds. Katina, Just Black, Lucy and Lilac, Terrell, honey, you step on locked. You step on that pinky toe, you are finished. You hear me? Somebody done stepped on Adria pinky toe. She getting it together, honey. I saw her make a post with somebody. I saw a snippet. And she was talking about she was selling weed or whatever. Who knows? But when I tell you, the one thing I did notice was the coherent manner of speech. I said, oh, that's a chick that ain't had no substances in a minute. Who? The surroundings in her background looked very, regimented, like a facility, that standard dresser, not too much in the room. I said, oh, and this was a couple of months ago. This was at least 2.5 months ago. I said, uh-oh, she getting cleaned up. She about to fit it. Listen, if anybody has the power to take him down, it's Adria and Brendan Paul. Remember Brendan Paul with his right-hand man? See, let me take y'all, let's spin the block. Let me take y'all back to a visual. I knew the jig was up. If you know anything, if you watch Law and Order, if you watch Lifetime for Women movie channel, if you watch any type of legal type drama, police legal drama ever, who do they go for? They go for the weakest link. They're going to go for the weakest link. They don't go for the top man first. So you have to get the weakest link who got too much to lose, whose parents are going to be like, why are you destroying this family? You're killing our family reputation. We come from something. We sent you to school. You got an education. You're a college graduate. What are you doing with this dude? It's always the suburban college graduate who's like, I'm going to be a rapper and I'm going to hang out with the cool guys. Listen, baby. The parents was like, look here now. You will not destroy this family legacy after everything we've done to build this up, sucker. Tell them folks what they need to know. They go for the weak link. He was your do boy. He carried the little fanny pack with your rocas in it. So you could have a upper, a downer, a this, or that, everything, whatever, all the stuff in between, whenever he needed it. And KK. Yeah, KK, here's the thing. KK is Ghislaine Maxwell. And for all of the content creators who cannot get it together, repeat after me. Ghislaine. Ghislaine, not Ghislaine, and all those other mispronunciations. You guys listen, I would even watch some of your channels, but the mispronunciations and the stammering and you are annihilating me. I can't even watch. Like my brain won't allow me to lock in. My brain won't let me lock in. all the mispronunciations and the redundancy. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get this thing now. I'm gonna get this for y'all. I'm gonna get. Me can't take it. Me cannot take it. I try. I promise, but I can't take it. I need succinct. I could take a little kiki and a deliver and a little laugh and all of that, but all the rest of the stuff, me can't take it. Me cannot take it. My brain won't allow it. It is GHI is Ghislaine. I know it's like salmon. The next time I hear one more y'all suckers out there talking about salmon, pow, right in the kisser. The L is silent. The L is silent. It is not salmon. It sounds like nails on a chalkboard. Salmon. I know you hear other people say salmon. You probably sitting around talking about, she's stupid. You hear her, you don't see that's SALMON. She's talking about salmon. What's wrong with her? There are rules to the English language. Now, I told you it was created to cast spells. However, there are certain rules to the English language. Like, when in Rome, do as the Romans, boo. This is what it is. Shout out to City Girls 2025 for the love. Thank you, my love, for the super chat. 100. Absolutely. Shout out to you. Thank you for your support. Others follow suit. Shout out. Let me give a shout out to Auntie Leah, first of all, because she deserves it. Shout out to Auntie Leah for the love and support from day one and the repetitive cash apps. Sis be just, hey, miss you, send a cash app. Love you, send a cash app. Ain't see you in a while, send a cash app. I have to give Auntie Leah a shout out. I really do. She deserves it and she's entitled to it. And I love you for it. I just want to say that. That's what you call support. That's what support looks like. And you ain't got to send no $100 no. And shout out to the one. Matter of fact, where's my other phone? I go and find the other phone. I read off the liquor sitting there because I appreciate you guys that show love. I truly do. And I don't want you thinking I'm overlooking you. You know, your girl got 700 million things on her mind. What? What is this question? Elkie B said, Natanya, my New York City friend, another channel said, you're harboring Jag. Is that true? Don't risk your life for her. What is this? What is that? What does that mean? First of all, like I said, I love Jag. And nobody can't make me not love her. Nobody can make me not love her. If y'all don't see me online, God tell me not to come online. What that got to do with anything else? These people, I know this is information. Listen, let me tell you what cannot happen. Your girl is a triple OG from Brooklyn, a Brooklyn Trinity gal. Nobody could finesse me, okay, out of nothing. So I don't know if y'all think y'all finessing me out of information or trying to trap me or make me get defensive. I'm unfinessable. Can we establish that? I'm unfinessable. So please, for you, your friend, your other friend, whoever, y'all do as you choose. You cannot finesse me. No one can tell me what to do. Assumptions belong to yourselves. You guys, any assumption that's made is made by y'all. Like I just said, the internet is a social media experiment. And it resonates to the lowest vibrational frequency out, and people be playing the low vibrational frequency Olympics. Y'all be rushing to that low vibration. Not me. I dwell up here where the air is thin. I dwell up here with it, like in the immortal words of Candy from Escape and the Housewives. I fly above all the haters. I fly above. Y'all don't remember that song? I fly above all the haters. I fly above the haters. I'm not to be finessed. So we'll and come again. Nice try though, guys. Nice try. Let me see. The chat then went past me. I got to scroll down now, see what the current statements are. Oh yeah, shout out to Auntie Leah. And if she not up here, y'all tell her what I said, because that's my booski. That's what support looks like. You know, she just will wake up and be like, let me send her, you know, and I appreciate it. What love, this is my job. Listen, content creators, this is our job. Like, listen, it's our job. And I tell you all the time, I appreciate any support you could give, whether it is your time, because time is money. So sometimes you're not within your power to be able to send a financial blessing. And I get that. No love lost, no disrespect. One thing I will say is those who have it, the wherewithal to be able to send, or those who Keisha, I see you late, boo. Go make sure you go to Locked and get your late pass and make up your work. Those who are able and have the wherewithal to send a financial blessing, we appreciate it. Me and all the other content creators. And if they don't, on behalf of them, I appreciate you. Even though you ain't sending it to me, but I appreciate you. Those who have it in their wherewithal to send it, I appreciate you as well. Time is money. So your time equates also to a monetary blessing, because I don't take your time for granted at all. And also those who see it have it within their wheelhouse to be able to send a financial blessing, whether you send it on Cash App or on YouTube, do what you will. I will tell you, however, though, YouTube takes a massive portion out of our money. Let me just say that for the record. However you see fit to send, that's what you do. And if you can't send, I love you no less. I know what this thing called life is. Trust me. I've been at it for 54 years, almost 55. I know what it looked like. Sometimes coming to the internet and getting on YouTube is an escape from our everyday reality and how life be lifing. But just remember, no matter how bad life be lifing, God be Godding. Don't forget that part. I know people be like, girl, life be life. God be Godding too. Remember that. I told you, he done told y'all in the Lord's Prayer. Give us, Lord, our daily bread and forgive us our trespass. He already told you, I got daily bread for you. No matter how much ish you talk, you still be eating every day, don't you? And those of you who don't eat every day, you be intermittent fasting. And if for some reason you don't get it that day, consider it intermittent fasting. Why, thank you, Dishing with the D. Yes, darling, 54, darling, 54. And I feel amazing and I feel great. And I tell God, thank you every day for it. I don't put my feet on the floor. I don't take my foot off of my mattress and put it on the floor before I finish praying to God for me and my entire family and my ancestors and the generations to come. That's how your girl get down. I keep telling you also, like the Trusty Dusty show producer Nirvana always says, live in state. Don't live like you're not of it. You have to live like you have it. If you live penny pinching like, well, I don't get this, that's what you're going to get. Don't you know this whole world is energy? What it is that you give off is it's life is a boomerang. What you put out is what you get back. And perhaps that is why I'm on the slow growth with my channel, because I'm only putting out good things. And so I'm getting back the good people. The others who are consumed with low vibrational frequency and low vibrational trash, tea talk. I'm not hating on no content creator. Do as you will. However, as for me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord. And in the Lord's work, there is no gossip. Now, I will discuss an issue, but I will not gossip. I'm not going to gossip. And so all that, child, let me tell you the tea. Nope, I'm not doing it. So if that's what makes you hurry up and get to 100,000 viewers, well, then okay. I've noticed some people have unfollowed. Sayonara, arrivederci, adios, au revoir. How you say it in German again? Das Vidania and all that other stuff. Your girl multilingual. It was nice knowing you. The time we spent together was perhaps all the time that you had to spend with me. Those who are for me and those who I am for will find their way here. And that's what it is. But back to the conversation at hand. What you said, what did my grandmother say about tomorrow? What are you talking about? Maybe I missed the conversation. I'm jumping in people's business. Sorry, y'all. Guten Tag. There you go. Das Vidanya was Russian. My bad. So here's the deal. Like I said, let me get back to the conversation at hand. The T is, not the T, the revelation of today is the only reason, in my opinion, upon my belief and opinion, allegedly. Why, thank you, D Froggies. You're heaven sent too. Thank you, boo. I appreciate it. Um, the reason that they sued Brendan Paul and sued Adria English is to scare them into silence. Clearly, their names were revealed in a lawsuit because we're getting close to the case. So, this is basically my attorney was now given the witness list of potential witnesses, and I need to scare those famous people who are my friends and have not stood up for me by mentioning them in a law. Don't y'all see the finesse? This is a finesse. Oh, shout out to somebody who just dropped me a cash app. Dawn Marie Bonfusamento. I just caught the edge of your name. I could be mispronouncing it, but you know your girl is about pronunciation. So here I come. Here I come. Dawn Marie Bonfesuto. How'd I do? Bonfesuto? Shout out to you, sis. I appreciate that. Love is love. Oh, Ishelle Reed. Shout out to you, sis. I appreciate that. I didn't even hear it before. And let me shout out to the other people also. Auntie Leah, Auntie Leah, Auntie Leah, Auntie Leah, Shayla, my homie. This is my homie from old school, from growing up, Brooklyn. Shout out my fam. Sharon Allen, Carla Turner, Ann Ruiz, Auntie Leah, Chrissy Church, KD, Auntie Leah. I'm sorry, guys. Ann Ruiz, Bella Baby, Trinette Roseborough, Megan Abramson, Soroya Sewell, Laquana Miller, Lakeisha Garland, Auntie Leah, Ann Ruiz, Crystal Owens. I love you guys. I just want to give love to the people who give love. And as you can see, I didn't even say all the Auntie Leahs. Auntie Leah be out here in these streets. Oh, shout out to Shara. Come on, sis, for the love. Thank you for the super chat. Sarah said, be blessed. I appreciate you with all of my heart and soul. Thank you for that. See, y'all, don't try. Is somebody cutting onions in here? Don't make the Earl girl share a tear or two. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I do have a Patreon. We're not finished developing. Listen, your girl is not, while I am tech savvy to a degree, I am not all the way tech savvy. And I have so many irons on the fire, and I'm doing so many things simultaneously, as well as Locked. She be out there in the back. Ishelle. Oh, thank you, baby. I appreciate it. You heard my shout out just now. Sarah, love is love. Thank you, my love. And y'all make sure y'all don't forget about our sis Locked. Throw it up there. I'm going to put it on the screen too. I'll make sure it just scans the screen also. Locked is Butterfly Blue. BUDD $BUDDAFLYBLUE. Put it in there, Locked, so I can throw it up on the screen. Wait a minute. Who's trying to come at me? Lucy and Lilac, clearly you're misunderstanding. So I'm going to read your comment because, like I said, sometimes I be getting froggy and I have to pull myself back and be like, don't be tempted. JAG is not politics and JAG is not religion. JAG is a positive advocate for truth and justice. We should be happy. Talk about her and her mission. I thought this channel is about truth. What are you talking about? JAG is my girl. I love JAG. What are you talking about? You're misunderstanding. I'm telling you guys, caution yourself to not misunderstand. I said unequivocally, I love JAG. Nobody can make me not love JAG. I said that beyond a shadow of a doubt. So if you're misunderstanding, I beg of you, stop, open your ears, and take time to listen, because I will never disavow her. I love her in a special way. So please understand before you guys jump to conclusions. Shout out to Locked. Of course, you guys see mine on the screen. Let me throw Locks in the thing. And from now on, I'm going to keep hers on the screen too. Let me go in the banners. And talk amongst yourself for a moment. Let me put it in caps. So no one make assumptions, okay? Like I said, I cannot be finessed. I am unfinessable. You cannot finesse me. Don't try to. Don't waste your time to. And certainly don't put words in my mouth. So you see on the screen, you'll see the dopest nerd, $ the dopest nerd, THA guys, not THE. There's a THE out there. And then $ BUDDAFLYBLUE. That's locked. All right, what am I missing? Something said read all comments. Did I get down to the last thing? Yeah, I don't do none of those backbiting, and I'm not doing none of that. I don't do any of that. Y'all should know me better than that. First of all, I'm 54. 55 years is a long. Do y'all know who Sally O'Malley is? If y'all don't know who Sally O'Malley is, please look her up. Lock, do me a favor, baby. Go to YouTube and get a little clip of our girl, Sally O'Malley. She's from Saturday Night Live. When I was younger, in my early 20s, she did this routine. I'm 50, 50, 50, 50. I like to kick and stretch and kick. I'm 50, 50 years old. I ain't got no time for games. Your girl is too grown for games. I don't play them things. And I am a Gemini. We are fiercely loyal, okay? I am loyal like there's no tomorrow. When no one was advocating for me and no one could care less about my name, a certain woman who I did not know took it upon herself to put me on her back and say, but what about Natanya Rubin? And what happened to her? What about Natanya Rubin? Okay, so nobody come to these dopest nerd streets thinking you got to tell me or encourage me or teach me. You don't have to do that. Jag has a special place in my heart. Understand that. And I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. Please know that I'm unfinessable and I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. I said what I said. Whoever don't like it, I feel your business, that. I don't care. Now, y'all know me better than that, right? I am grown. This is a place for grown people who are mature. Look at my girl Locke. That's why she's the dopest mod in the land. Look. That's why she's the dopest mod in the land. Ain't nobody got nothing unlocked. Sally O'Malley, go look her up. I'm 50 years old, 55, but you know what I mean. And here's the deal. Like I always tell you, this is not a love fest. No one has to agree with me. Nobody has to believe in me. Nobody has to do anything. And if she ain't in here, whoever, there go my shout out to my brother Set in the West. I got to give my brother Odell some love. He said, Jag loves you to life. I love Jag to life as well, and you too. And can't nobody tell me otherwise. All the others can go do what them want to do. Because you see on that day of reckoning, oh, baby, when my day of reckoning comes and I get to meet our Lord and Savior, hey, I shall wear a crown. I shall wear a crown when it's all over. Oh, when it's all over, I shall see his face. I believe that I shall see his face. Ooh. You think I got time to stand in God's face for him to ask me about tea on the internet and shade and tea? You're crazy. You're mud. Baby, I shall wear a crown and go before my Father, and he will greet me as, welcome, my good and faithful servant. Don't class me with the low vibrational people. Don't ever make that mistake. Please never make that mistake ever again. Now we made that clear, baby. I shall wear a crown. That means more to me than anything in these internet streets. Anything in these low vibrational streets. Anything in these low hanging fruit streets. You think I look like a low hanging fruit girl? I mean, look at this resplendent place. You see my home, very nice and resplendent. I don't show all yet. Listen, I have 30-foot ceilings, you know. My ceilings is 30-foot high. You think I have time to be? I don't mix and dwell with foolishness. Okay? Mixing and dwelling with foolishness is for people when I have nothing and I use to nothing. Not me. Okay? So please, let's get that 100% straight. And I ain't trying to stunt on nobody or be shady or nothing. But baby, you see them 30-foot ceilings? I ain't got time. This ain't nothing but the blessing of the Lord. This ain't nothing but the blessing of the Lord. And I don't got time for low vibrational stuff. So when anybody's talking about low vibrational, wrong channel. Because as for me and my house, I'm going to bless the Lord all my days. I will never stand before God and have to answer for foolishness like that. Now, if I made errors in my youth, Father God, forgive me. I've repented and I'm washed clean by the blood of Yeshua, the Christ of Nazareth, baby. Okay? Because ain't nobody perfect. But if it's going to be about living as close to what God wants, then that is exactly what it is. I will not dare. I love and respect God too much to go before him and he have to ask me about some low vibrational stuff. I would be ashamed. I would hang my head in shame. And if you know me, like my old people, I know my girl Shay is probably up here. All my old school people know I'm not one for hanging head in shame. I said what I said. I was raised with a statement, say what you mean and mean what you say. And you best believe. You best believe. What you see is what you get. I'm as real as they come, baby. Sometimes too real for some people. And that's their walk with the Lord. They will get to a point where they can deal. And if they never get there, well, then it wasn't meant to be. But as for me, I ain't got no time for low vibrational stuff. It's beneath me. And mina mix and mingle. Okay? Understand that and know that. I said what I said. On my day of reckoning, baby, I shall wear a crown. I shall wear a crown. Ain't nobody God ain't gonna be like, girl, let me holler at you. Go and sit down over there and let me holler at you, girl. Cause no, I respect God too much. Okay? Back in the days with the West Indian crowd, we say, me not get entangled with no dirty bungle. Me not ramp with dirty bungle. Not me. Okay? Please understand that. So I digress. Let me move over and keep going on to the point at hand. If y'all can't see that this lawsuit is a play, this is Puffy using his finesse. Because one thing I will tell you, he maybe have some dirty, diabolical ways, but he ain't nobody's fool. He's not a fool. Now, he might be a fool for his foolish behavior. But as far as being diabolical and being, what's the perfect word to use? He's a strategist. He has developed his skills as a strategist, and that's what he is. And so in his strategic plotting, he said, go ahead and throw a lawsuit in there. Yeah, let them get all roiled up. 1 lawsuit, 9 lawsuits, 11 lawsuits. What's the difference? Go ahead and throw a lawsuit out there. But I want you to sue me and Adria. And what they suing Adria for? Who's suing Adria that really wants something? You want nothing? Because nothing from nothing leaves nothing. I remember our old girls, and nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You got to have something if you want to be with me. Oh, life is too serious. Love's too mysterious. A fly girl like me needs security. If you suing Adria, you ain't looking for nothing. You don't want nothing. You don't want nothing. So this has to be strategy. You're suing Brendan Paul. His family may have something, but he ain't got nothing. He was your drogas boy. He carried your fanny pack. So we know he ain't got nothing. I mean, he spent the last however many years carrying a fanny pack full of drogas for you. So what you think he got? This is strategy. He named people to let them know, Gloria Estefan, your husband Emilio, my boy, ain't no party like a Diddy party, LeBron, Jacob the jeweler, he's sending warning shots. He's out here like, pow, 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 pow. Y'all better act like y'all know before I call names. Pow, 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 pow. He is sending up shots. Come on now. Now everybody else is out there on the internet. Oh, this is serious. Oh, this is serious. Oh Lord. Shout out to Zion's J. Oh, Zion's Joy. My sorry. You are really one of the dopest child of God. Thank you, my love. Thank you. Thank you. Asheo, to God be the glory. I am. And thank you for seeing me. Thank you for seeing me, not with your sight, but with your vision. Thank you. Because true vision doesn't require sight. Who's a colonizer? I think I'm getting in somebody's conversation again, but whatever. You understand what I'm saying? This is strategy. This is, I can't communicate outside the walls because they watching everything I say and do. So I'm going to just let one of y'all get somebody to file a lawsuit. I mean, come on. He filed a lawsuit. Now, am I saying something didn't happen to him? No. But what I'm saying is maybe something absolutely happened to him. He said he was if I'm not mistaken, they said he was an ex-worker. And so if he was an ex-worker, no disrespectful to the ex-workers. Y'all be trying to get your money, do a little something strange for a little bit of change. That's on you and God. You got to talk to God about that. It. However, people who are willing to let you access their physical house, okay? They let you access this living, breathing flesh suit that we wear, that whatever you put into it, you will carry with you till kingdom come. If they let you access their flesh suit and enter their nether regions for a coin, they'll do lots of stuff for coins. Okay, no disrespect. Do what you do. It's between you and God. However, they will let you do, if you tell somebody that will let you do foul things to their physical house for little money, you think they won't file a lawsuit and get some money on the back end? Why? Why wouldn't they do that? Thank you so much, my love. I adore you too. You understand what I'm saying? This is strategy. This is, I can't make a phone call because they're listening to my calls. This is, I have to go another way. And so while everybody's filing lawsuits, he gotten past the burn of another lawsuit. See, when it first happens, you feel like, dang, they sued me. And another person, you're like, somebody else sued me. By the fifth lawsuit, you're like, okay, what is it, Tuesday? Okay, what's for lunch today? Oh, peanut butter and jelly again? Okay, it's nothing now because he's gotten past the burn. We're talking about somebody who is diabolical and don't care. If you could walk up with your bodyguards to the buyer for Mark Echo in the back area of Macy's and make your bodyguards hold him down and make him sloppy top of you in front of 4 grown big muscle bound men, you don't have no shame. You don't care about nothing. You don't have no shame. You have to have shame and integrity for these things to bother you. They don't bother him. He's burned. He's gotten burned past the burn. It's like when you're working out and then the next day you're working out and you got your cute little workout outfit on. You see, I got my workout clothes on. Y'all, I was working out my mind. But I digress. You're working out. And then the next day, you telling your friend, yeah, girl, I was in the gym working out yesterday. Then the next day, you cannot get out of bed because that lactic acid is burning in them joints and you ain't done nothing forever. And now your arms is annihilating you. Baby. When that burn, you be, and you can't do nothing until you get past the burn. It take a few days. You burn out that lactic acid, and then now you tougher than ever. I see something. Cook Straight said the battle between Natanya and the Diddler, he did it premeditated. I mean, share. If you know some stuff that we don't know, sis, share. Put me on. I'm always up for conversation. Let a sister know. Put me on. If you have access to some information, by all means. But this is strategy. He is sending warning, pow, pow, pew, 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 all over to his notable friends because they name dropped a lot of people. LeBron, Jacob DeJula. So he's hitting Jacob DeJula. If I'm not mistaken, is Jacob DeJula Israeli? He is going for culture and religion, culture and sports, LeBron. Culture, religion, Jacob DeJula. Culture and sports, culture and the Latina community, Gloria Estefan and Emilio, and all the other names he dropped. He dropping names like crazy. He's letting them know, if y'all know what I know, because you didn't hear what they said in the lawsuit. Apparently, Adria English saw him and led him through a tunnel from Gloria Estefan's house to Puffy's house. Okay? And now we know that those houses on Star Island have tunnels. We already know that. The what is it called? The Playboy Mansion. I don't think the Playboy Mansion. Remember, those houses were formerly owned by Locked. I know I be bugging you, sis. Can you give me the 4 names of those 4 known tunnels that we know from the Playboy Mansion? I think it was like Dustin Hoffman and, this one. I don't want to misquote nobody, allegedly. But there were 4 major older white stars, and all their houses had tunnels that led to the Playboy Mansion. Do me a favor. Look up those names real quick and send it to me. So think about it. Anybody, I heard a lot of people, oh, it's a new lawsuit, this, that, the other. Don't believe the hype. This is warning pew-pews to other people. Now, remember I told y'all a while ago that 3 years ago, the Most High, is probably 3.5 years ago now, the Most High gave me a revelation. I don't know if my homegirl Sam is in here, but I told some of my girlfriends, I told quite a few people. I told one group of girlfriends when we were on a trip to Florida. I told a few other people different times, and some of them believed me, others didn't. But I told you, Holy Spirit told me Puffy his world is going to collapse. I said he's going to try to unalive himself, and Babylon will fall. Well, baby, Holy Spirit spoke to me today and said, all 3 came through, because who do they say is Babylon? America. Is America not falling? Is America not falling? And Hollywood is Babylon. But America is Babylon. And look at what's going on in America. Is this not America fall? Is this not Babylon, the fall of Babylon? Because I know I told y'all that. And I said it over and over again. Listen, it is my sincere belief. Remember, they made an agreement with him when they arrested him in the hotel lobby. Remember, they made an agreement with him to turn himself in the next day. But then they swept in and arrested him that night. Ask yourself why. It is my sincere belief that they believed when he went out, they probably watched his whereabouts. You know, he was sitting in Central Park on Sunday and doing all these different things and just trying to enjoy the city. I think he was trying to get it all in because he knew his end was upon him. I think he would rather have taken himself out, and I believe he was going to take himself. Remember, when they went up there, they found all them drugs in that room. Y'all remember? And they said, oh, no, we're not going to let him turn himself in Tuesday because he ain't going to be alive Tuesday. You're going to face this charge, mister. And they swooped in and got him right out the lobby on Monday. And he looked around like, well, I told y'all Tuesday. Nah, son, we know what you up to. Because when the Most High deposits wisdom, he don't just deposit it one place. See, in order for y'all to know it's real, he has to and when I was saying that, people was like, hey, you're obsessed. Get over it. You're just obsessed with him and all kinds of shit. But was I right or was I right? Yeah, the stock market is already collapsing. People have lost so much money. People have lost tons of money. Where's our sis? Did she find out? Locke, did you find out the name of the 4? She might be still looking. Oh, what up, Joy to the World? What up, sis? I know you was in here. And shout out to everybody else that just joined. More than once she said this. I've said it tons of times. Okay. Okay, look at when I tell you the dopest mod in the land, baby. The four known stars with alleged tunnels connecting to the Playboy Mansion are Jack Nicholson, Warren Beatty, Kirk Douglas, and James Caan. And the tunnels were reportedly built in the 70s, but they say they theorize that they were closed up in 1989. They never believe so. But you understand? So if they're now saying that Gloria Estefan, and let me ask Siri, hey Siri, why are you acting brand new, Siri? Hey Siri, she acting brand new. Do me a favor, Locke. Siri is acting brand new. Can you look up who purchased all of those people's houses? Look up who purchased. I know the Playboy Mansion was purchased by some eccentric guy, and it looks kind of crazy right now. But find out who purchased Jack Nicholson's house, Warren Beatty's house, Kirk Douglas' house, and James Caan's house. I bet you one of them is the Estefans. Listen, I'm telling you, this is for a reason. This lawsuit is for a reason. Do not follow aimless, and no disrespect to other content creators, but some of them lack vision, discernment, wisdom. Don't go following everybody all over these streets. Clickbait is a thing. I promise you, I had Nirvana make me another thumbnail for I have the four names. It's Jack Nicholson, Warren Beatty, James Caan, and Kirk Douglas. And trust me, listen, because Kirk Douglas had a whole story about, this was a few years now, how he ended up with throat cancer because of eating groceries. Okay. Okay. Go look it up now. If you don't believe, look it up. He was eating groceries and all sorts of things, and that's how he allegedly developed throat cancer. So, oh yes, he said Jay-Z and Beyonce was in there too. He said Jay-Z and Beyonce. So listen, he's naming these names because he's sending out to people. He said Jay-Z, Beyonce. Who else he said was up in there? Yeah, they apparently was the most expensive house. He is trying to send a message to Adria English and Brendan Paul to frighten them, because he's trying to scare them into not speaking. He's trying to scare them into, oh no, they're going to sue me. Well, then I'm afraid to testify because he's going to sue me. Sue you for what? Well, you have, him can't take nothing. You don't have nothing to give. So even if he sue you for, what he going to get? Nikki said, my cousin's hubby, after 30 years, got throat cancer the same way. Yeah, listen. Eating groceries. Limp Bizkit is suing UMG. I wonder why. Well, I'm sure it's going to come out. If you know Dishing with the D, tell me. Oh, thank you, Joy to the World. I love that, sweetie. I love y'all. Listen, I have to say, I like to move with... So Jack Nicholson's, his was bought by Patrick Dovigi, National Hockey League goalie. Okay, let's see who other people's house. And from what I understand, I thought Gloria Estefan, they had two houses in Star Island too, if I'm not mistaken. I know he does. Puffy got two houses in Star Island right next to each other, if I'm not mistaken. Sarah Bay and Hove purchased a compound. Oh, at Sarah Bay and Hove purchased a compound above LA. A gazillion George Washingtons. Yes, indeed. Oh, love me some You Cooks Crate. Yeah, that is old Hollywood. So let me tell y'all something. Don't think for 1 second. Remember, the powers that be in this country speak. They speak amongst us, and they speak in a whole nother language that most people will never understand. Like, let me divert to something else. On TMZ, I saw TMZ, listen, they got some ish with them, okay? If y'all take anything they say for so said, so done, you bug it. You bug it. Y'all know the sleight of hand, right? 3-card money, the sleight of hand. Find a red card, find a red card, find a red card. And then you like, oh, I know that's the red card right there, honey. See, listen, I got fire burned at an early age. My mother used to give us money or her credit cards and let us go shopping. We were 11 with my mother's American Express card, walking up in the store. I'll have 2 of those, 1 of those, and 1 of those. and signing her name with a letter from my mother and going shopping. This is what me and my sisters did. This is what we did. So, or we would have our money and go shopping. And I'm going to tell you something. I never forget, I had a bunch of money and I went downtown and I was shopping and these guys were playing three card. I had to be 11. When I say them suckers got me, thank God I went shopping first before I ran into them and I had some bags. But I was planning on going to buy a whole bunch of other things and they got me. My sister was like, I'm going to this store over here. I'll meet you back by whatever. And I was like, okay, we'll meet up at a certain time. And so I done stumbled on these three card money people. And I was just like, and I had to learn. It's a bunch of people around. And it's somebody acting like they choosing and they let them win a couple of times. And then you try to come because you're like, oh, I'm going to win too. I see where it is. And they let you see it because that's the hook. You got to remember, things are not always as they seem. God taught me this at 11. So I pull out my money out my pocket. I try to peel off about $3, $4, $20. I peel off and I'm like, oh, I'm about to double my money. I see that red card. So I was like, there go the red card. And it was like, oh yeah, you got it. He was like, oh no, she ain't win. She ain't put no money down. And I was like, dang. It was like, you almost had it. And there's other adults in the crowd hyping you up because that's how they work it. It's not just to find the red card, man. You got some adults over here and some over here gassing you up, gassing people up. You don't even know they with him. And so they was like, man, you real good at this, girl. You would have won. You ain't even put no money down. Gas me up. See me pull out my little $420. I'm put it on the table. Baby, that red card disappeared. Okay. They snatch. I was like, oh, give me my money back. I want my money. It was like, yo, I tried to be like, because I was from Brooklyn, give me my money back. And baby, this lady spun me around and was like, look, Lil, get your out of here for your mom ass. Okay. You lost. Bye. Don't get whipped out here. And I looked and I realized then the cops was coming and them all, the lady, the guy she was with, the guy from the other side, and the man with the three card money all got together and took off. They flipped up folded up that board real quick, and they was all together. I said, oh. And my sister was like, what else you bought? I was like, I don't got no more money. She said, what? I was like, I don't got no more money. She said, why? I had like a little more money, maybe $20 or something, but not enough to buy nothing else. And she was like, you stupid. You gave them people your money, you dummy. And I was just like, oh, baby, when I tell you that stung me, thank God I bought some stuff first. But when I tell you, God told me something, I can tell you it was 2002. God dropped a nugget of wisdom in my brain. And I've said it to you guys before. The hardest learned lessons come at the edge of a sword. Because as you recoil from the pain, the lesson is indelibly marked in your brain. It means if you don't feel nothing in that experience, if you don't feel some pain attached to a lesson, you don't learn it until you have something that you have lost or it came at a price. As you recoil from the pain of the sting, that lesson is indelibly marked in your brain. Any lesson that you don't feel pain attached to, you don't learn it until you feel some pain. Like that guy that your mama and your auntie told you about, said, I don't know, something about that guy. I could smell it on him. Ain't nothing good. You was like, I love him. He loved me. He bought me this. He bought me that. Yeah, he gonna buy you a pair of shoes and he gonna buy you a purse. Because trust me, as soon as he getting good and you like, oh, he buying me stuff, then he gonna buy you another cute little shirt and he gonna take you out and you gonna really feel like you got it good. And guess what? While you sleeping, you're gonna wake up and he has cleaned your house out. Because you don't know he drugged you the night before, or rugged you, excuse me. Sorry, internet watchers. He done slip a Mickey in your drink, and baby, he done slip that Mickey in your drink, and while you think that you sleeping good after he done blew that back out, you wake up and your house is empty. He just stole all your valuables. Everything. Because they have to lull you into a false sense of security. And then you call your Can y'all see me again? The Hackation don't like me giving this good information, boy. Woo, child. I see Renee said, oh, so you guys can see me. Y'all, you thought I was joking when I told y'all about the Hackation? Y'all thought I was joking. They do not like, look at the nerds. Everybody's like, the Hackation. They don't like me giving this good information. They like, how do this heifer always see through what we doing? How she always talking? How she always know? Listen, don't be mad at me. Go talk to Yeshua. It ain't me. I am merely a vessel by which Yeshua sends his word to the world. That's it. The Hackation, baby. When I tell you they do not like me up here talking, they're like, who is this? What measure of woman is this? What measure of woman is this? I say, it's above me now. You got to take it up to the Lord. It's above my pay grade. Go talk to the Lord. I am simply his good and faithful servant doing what I'm supposed to do. That's it. They don't like it. They would love for me to be up here talking all these crazy stuff and saying all these things. When you're a truth teller, baby, you come against a lot of things. You think I don't see the play? I see the play. Hackation be trying to lower my subscriber count, doing all kind of stuff. Oh, yeah, they do a lot because they don't like me telling these good truths. Remember, they friends run this platform. They peoples run this platform. You notice I ain't get hacked until I said a certain name. Soon as I said that name, my live went off. I'm just happy to know that it came back on. I serve an on-time God. If you mad, I'm sorry. It's above me. You just mad. You got to take it up to you gotta take that up to the Lord. That's upper management. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Sarah said, I prayed and you came right back. Asheo, to God be the glory. To God be the glory. This is what I have to go through. And trust me, before, you know why I got on late? They wouldn't even let me get on the internet. I could not get on the internet. Normally, I just go and plug on my thing, get on. It wouldn't let me get on for nothing. Nothing. Okay? And it's been acting wackadoodle around here. So, Asheo, I agree with you, Cooks Crate. Let me put that up there. Asheo. They do not like me out here telling these truths. They don't like it. They like they content with the content creators that just say any foolishness. These people, if integrity was gold, like I said, they would be houseless, homeless, devoid of any resources. If integrity was gold, they don't mind. They would come up here and listen. It's not by the ones and twos, it's by the 10s and 20s and 50s. They will come up there because they're always, when will they learn? You cannot rush to always be like, oh, I'm the first one. Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. If you always rushing to be the first one and you don't have no discernment and no wisdom, you're going to always end up having to wheel and come again. That's even if they do it. I don't even think some of them do it. They just be like, oh, whatever, and move on. The amount of stories that I see here, I'll be looking at them like, oh, gosh. Like, I can't have shame for people that don't have shame. No disrespect to any of them. If they don't have shame, they don't care. I can't have shame for them. You know? The Lord always provides. That's right. Thank you, Annette Graff. The Almighty always provides. Thanks for reminding us. The Almighty will, if he gives you a vision, he will make provision. He will make provision for you. And he always makes provision. Always. I think Luna is behind. And so she's probably talking about the name of the recent lawsuit. The gentleman locked. Find that for me, boo. The lawsuit that dropped today. Ooh, child, I certainly ain't gonna say her name up here, honey, because I believe her and Lucifer might have distant cousins. Like, that's right. Hey, baby, you're welcome. No problem. Oh, Joseph Manzaro. That's the latest accuser. Thank you, Locked. Locked is the dopest mod. Can't nobody tell me about this mod, honey. Can't nobody tell me about the level of quality that we get here on this channel. I hope y'all understand the level of quality of moderation y'all is getting in here. And please show our girl some love. Matter of fact, everybody throw some butterflies, some of them blue butterflies in the chat for Locked right now, baby. For that butterfly blue. Go in your things and throw them butterflies up in there. Give it them blue butterflies. Don't we got a blue butterfly in the... There you go. There you go, Luna. Throw them blue butterflies up in there for my girl. And just like y'all give me carrots, them blue butterflies are for Locked. Let's get some blue butterflies going. Show our girl some love. She's Johnny on the spot. You hear me? She goes hard in the paint for us. And I always want to acknowledge what she does here. But it's not for the faint at heart. It's not. Oh, it's 12:30 in Scotland. Okay. Well, sleep well, and by all means, we will see you again, and we will talk soon. Oh, thank you, Cook's Crate. I appreciate it. Thank you, my love. Yeah, listen, Darcy. Now you 100%. Let me put that on the screen, because you 100%, Darcy. I've watched that too. Yes, my love. We trying to live a righteous, upright life. You're trying to live a righteous, upright life. Yes, honey. Hit our sister with them blue. Hit her with them blue butterflies. That's right. Because she be on the money. On the money. Yes, the butterfly blues is for Miss Locked, our sister baby. Thank you, Keisha. Nighty night, Nikki. Sleep well. Okay. Yeah, we got to give us some props for that. We got to understand what is upon us. We're living in a time where everything that pops up in real time, people have to take time and really use the spirit of discernment and evaluate things rather than to be. I'd rather be right than first. I'd rather have integrity than be first. I'd rather wait and really evaluate than be like, what is the merit of being first when you're an adult? Like, that's kid stuff. When you're in the class and the teacher's like, okay, line up, and somebody's like, oh, I'm first, and they get to be the first one in the line. Like, what's the payoff when you're an adult? What's the payoff? Is there a payoff? And if there is, what's the value of it? Like, what are we, 10 years old? Oh, I'm first. Teacher, let me clean the erasers. And then you banging the erasers together. Ain't everybody gonna get that chalk dust in their throat? Like, what? I don't get it. And maybe it's not for me to get, but I have to just say, like, what's the redemptive benefit of always, I'm first, breaking news, I'm gonna tell you now, I'm gonna tell you. What is the redemptive benefit? I would rather be right than first. I would rather be accurate and deliver good, succinct, erstwhile, integrous information to you that is literally the right information, rather than to come telling y'all some mashugana. Why? Why? All right, now listen now. Now I ain't gonna take no shade now. I ain't gonna take no disrespect and no shade now. Now I see the shade. I'm going to fly above Let me put my hand in the screen. I'm going to fly above. I'm not going, you can't, I keep telling you I'm unfinessable. Please don't try to come finesse. Especially if I highlighted you before because it appeared as though you were saying something integrous. But if you try to double back and come with some shade, I'm not for the shade. I'm not going to participate. You can't drag me into crosses and back chat. You can't drag me in it. I'm not interested. So please, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't got time to be, you can't drag me into no stuff. I keep telling you I'm unfinessable. And why would you want to try to come and finesse me when there's a whole internet full of people who will gladly take your bait and run with it? Why would you try to get me? And it's a rhetorical question. It's a rhetorical question because Satan don't rob an empty store. Demons don't rob somebody who look like they broke. If you walking down the street, coming home from work, minding your business, and somebody jump up and try to stick something in your back and say, run your pockets, they're coming after you because you look like you have something. Now, is it okay for them to do it? Absolutely not. But trust me, even thieves and robbers are strategists, and they don't rob empty stores. And they don't rob nobody where them think them broke. Because why am I robbing someone who's broke? What can I get? They only rob something that looks like it can yield something of value. Okay? So like I said again, don't waste your time attempting to finesse me. I'm unfinessable. And if you think you coming to finesse me, you ain't finessing me, you're finessing God. And we know how that's going to turn out. Okay? So don't even waste your time. Like, run along with that. We're not doing that here. How many times can I tell you? There's always one that thinks that they're going to be, it's like two people are fighting on the block. They're fighting, like drag out fighting, punching, pulling hair and all that. And then here comes somebody, on the side that jumps in the fight. And she's like, oh no, you called my cousin a B and I'm jumping in. Hello, me and your cousin is rolling around on the floor. And I am punching your cousin all in her throat. You jumping in the fight because I called her a B? Sounds a little stupid, right? Yeah, that's what that looks like. That's what your attempts to come in here and finesse me and drag me into foolishness. Like, come on. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's have some respect. Let's come with some mutually beneficial respect. I respect you guys. You respect me back. So that's all I'm going to say about that because I'm not going to cast my pearls before swine. However, I'm just going to state that fact. Let's have some mutually beneficial respect in here because I'm not one for it. Like I said, it's not a love fest. Everybody doesn't have to agree with me, but I don't want to have to be throwing nobody out. I don't want to have to be putting nobody out. I don't want to have to do that. So we have to understand what is afoot here. This is what desperation looks like. This is what I'm losing looks like. Not me. The person at hand, that's what it looks like. This is what, oh my God, I'm the captain going down with the ship, a ship of my own creation, no less. And now I'm trying to take others down with me. That's what it looks like. That's what this looks like. You couldn't possibly be bringing a lawsuit against Adria English with any redemptive benefit. She don't have nothing to give you. Nothing. What you want? Her Volkswagen? Or I don't know what she drives, but what you want? So suffice it to say, it would mean that filing a lawsuit against Adria English and Brendan Paul, who himself also has nothing. His family may have something, but you didn't sue his family. You sued him. He ain't got nothing. Okay? And trust me, he is on the rebound. The building, he is trying to put more deposits in his integrity account with his family. So trust me, he ain't got nothing. They ain't giving him access to nothing. They like, look, sucker, you back in the house. We're going to make up good appearances outside. You're going to put on your sweater and you're going to put that bow tie on when we're outside at the country club and all that stuff. But you sleep in the basement. You don't touch nothing. You don't access nothing. If you need to, you use that same Volkswagen you came from Puffy house with. That's what you drive. You ain't touching nothing. Trust me, they let him back in, but he in the basement with the dog and the drunk uncle. He in the basement. So you're not suing him with any intent on getting something. You understand? You're not suing him with the intent. This has to be, like I said, target practice, all over. And then you drop some names. They said the name of names. They said Beyonce. They said, watch I say his name again, and the Hackation come back. So I'll save him for last. You Beyonce. You said Jacob the Jeweler. You said Gloria Estefan, Amelia Estefan. You said LeBron. You said a whole heap of names. You said Jay-Z. You letting them know, look, suckers, I ain't going down by myself now. You know I got videos of all of y'all, right? Don't let me tell my attorneys to put them videos out there in the case. Y'all better act like y'all know. Y'all better come to my defense. Y'all better do something, make a stance. This is what he's trying to implore them to do. Now, they not coming to his defense. They trying to get out the country they daggone self. Ain't LeBron on the injured list or something? Ain't he somewhere living in Czechoslovakia or something? Or something to that effect, I believe I heard. I don't know. Allegedly. Crabs in a barrel. That's right. It's crabs in a barrel. Everybody trying to get out while they can. Yes, that was the name I said before the hackation. So yes, remember, that's what this is. This is, I am going to try to all right. My point is proven. My point is proven. My point is proven. Now they out of control. They are officially out of control with this. Y'all thought that I was making ish up when I talk about the hackation. They out of control with this. Y'all thought I was making this up. You see how God works? Age of Aquarius. We're in a time of revelation. You see what I'm talking about. You see what I'm talking about. Are y'all able to see me? Tell me if y'all can see me, because I can see that I'm on. Are y'all able to see me? Okay. Luna said yes. Okay, maybe y'all can't see me. You can see me, Keisha, Dana, Mocha? Okay. What did I tell y'all? Y'all thought I was joking. Listen. You don't have to tell on somebody because people always tell on themselves. I literally said I'm going to say his name last. Said his name, off again. Now, I mean, this is insanity. This is absolute insanity. And who would be so flagrant and egregious? Like, is there some kind of something built into the algorithm that if I say it, it's going to turn me off? Wow. Wow. Where you at, Locked? Oh, okay, I see you. This is bizarre. It's bizarre. And here's the thing. Because that's it. I'm not saying the name no more. But here's the thing. If you have spent your entire career playing Mr. Unbothered, you're not looking so unbothered right now. Or whoever's doing your bidding is not coming across as unbothered. It's coming across as very bothered. Because why would you do this? Why would you do this? Why would you do this? Wow, is it Luna? Oh my gosh. Why would you do this? This is foolishness. Yeah, this is. When you spend your entire eternity saying, I'm unbothered, and then you become extremely bothered. Boy. Oh, that's right, D Froggies. Let me put you on the screen because you know she watching. Don't forget, certain people have tech specialists for their baby mamas. Just saying, just my thoughts. No, your thoughts are very consistent and correct. Oh, thank you, Kimberly Major. She said, I love watching your channel. You speak knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from one woman to another. I appreciate you. Asheo, sis. I appreciate you too. Thank you so much. I appreciate you too. I tell you, when you spend your eternity saying that you're unbothered, and then you spend the rest of your adulthood being bothered and using tactics. Because listen, if like they say, a hit dog will holler. And if I ain't hitting on nothing, you ain't got no reason to holler. Plenty of times you walk by a gate and there's a dog in the gate, and you walk by and the dog don't bark. You just keep on going. You just keep on going. You walk by another gate, dog might go, but he don't bark. And then you walk by another gate and they see that light on you and they are trying to get over the gate and all kinds of foolishness. Child, all right, I see. You ain't got to tell me. I'm going to put it up Cook Scrape. She said your voice is too strong for YouTube. Clearly, the Froggy speaks volumes. Asheo. You know? I tell you. Oh, and to Regina. Shout out, Regina. Go ahead, baby. Do you. Cook. Let her cook. Shout out to Regina. Let her cook. Go cook, baby. I see you. You know? What can I say? I will continue to stand and be a vessel for God Almighty the matchless, the mighty, and the majestic name of Yeshua, Jesus the Christ of Nazareth, and that blood that cleanses and washes away sins, I will continue to stand under that. I will continue. I will not be, you can't finesse me. I will not be tricked, finessed, conned, or any of the sorts into falling for any okie doke. You're not going to trigger me. I ain't biting. I ain't taking no bait. Not doing it. So if this is your intent or your attempts, you're wasting your time. That's all I'm going to say. You're wasting your time. Come here for positivity. Come here because the dopest mod be on the money. Come here because locked hair don't care be on her business. Miss Dollar Sign Butterfly Blue be on her business. If I say, what time is it in Boise, Idaho? Bow, Locked got it in the chat. Let's celebrate excellence. Let's celebrate excellence. No weapon, hey, and that no weapon formed against me shall prosper in Yeshua's name. Yes, baby. Let me throw that on the screen. Because as for me and my God, as for me and my house, I am going to celebrate and another thing. Any mouth, any tongue that rises against me in judgment shall be condemned. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Father God has already wrapped his favor around me like a shield. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Let me tell you something. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And they've been trying for 25 years straight. I'll say 54, but for 25 years straight, they've been trying. You ain't prosper yet. Now, I know that sort of perseverance and failure, consistent failure and perseverance can make one, triggered and try to double down, but you ain't working yet, baby. So save your energy for something better. Save your energy for something that you could, that could help you, prosper you. Father God said, I know the plans I have for you, my child. My plans are to prosper you and not to harm you. And I believe it. I've lived to see it come to pass. So I'm good. I'm good over here. I'm good over here. He said, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. I wouldn't have words to give y'all if it didn't come from God. When I wake up in the morning and I pray, I also say, Father God, give me the wisdom and discernment to see that which normal society cannot see, Lord God. Give me the wisdom to see and know what it is you're showing us in this world and to see through the BS. I talk to my Father. I ask him for wisdom, anointing. Fill my mouth with the words of your mouth. Does anyone have information about donating furniture? I'm a single mother with 2 boys and just moved into a new apartment in January. Times are tough. Come on. What city you in, boo, if you want to share so we can help you get this that you need? Kimber Major said, does anyone have any information about donating furniture? I'm a single mother with 2 boys and I just moved into my new apartment in January. Times are tough and I'm in need of furniture. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you can find out from the furniture bank. Call 411 or do a Google search and look for a furniture bank. Most cities have them. A lot of people will donate furniture so that people that are in these particular situations can receive the furniture. Look for furniture bank and Google free or donated furniture, and the Most High will provide. Let's make sure tell us what city, Kimber, so we can help you. If you so choose. If you don't want to tell your city, you're well within your rights, but definitely look up a furniture bank and look up, Locked put it, look at my girl Locked, findhelp.org. My God, listen, this quality of moderation, y'all, baby, this is a masterclass in being a moderator. Please know that. Please know that. Well, the Goodwill and Salvation Army kind of are in the business of gaining revenue. So I don't know if that's necessary, but also, somebody said, Kimber, Annette said, offer up. They have a free section. Yeah, absolutely. If you go on OfferUp and look in the free section, OfferUp is an app and they have a lot of home items, furniture, all those things. Also look on the marketplace, Facebook Marketplace. They have free items as well. Yep. Luna said Facebook Marketplace. Absolutely. Yeah, you don't have to tell us your city, sis. Don't tell us your city, especially not on this internet, because baby, OfferUp and Facebook Marketplace. And Keisha DeVoe said 411 may also give resources. Hold on one second, guys. I'm going to put y'all on mute. Yeah. Excuse me. Locked, Kimber, Locked has placed something. She said, oh, I'm sorry, I clicked the wrong one. She said, find free or reduced cost resources like food, housing, financial assistance, healthcare, and more at findhelp.org. So it's https://findhelp.org/. And to anyone here, also, guys, remember, your girl wrote a book. I'm actually working on the illustrations for the book I wrote for my nephew and for my granddaughter right now. So look out for those children's book coming soon. But we already have the Nirvana Socks book, which is on Amazon, the Nirvana Chronicles. Make sure you get the right one. The other one's not for sale. Somebody tried to steal my book. Somebody who was supposed to be helping me put my book up there tried to steal it. But don't worry. The real one is, make sure you type in, look for the Nirvana Chronicles, because it's a series. And the next book in the Nirvana Chronicles should be coming out soon. I'm just doing the illustration for the other two books right now. Also, remember, I have a book called A Shot in the Dark. This is the link to be able to purchase the book. And all of them will be on the website. It's already created. It's being built now. So all of the stuff is being built now. You know, tech, all this tech stuff. It's not that I can't do it. I'm going to be honest. It's not my forte. I don't want to do it. Toinette, what's up, my love? Let's see what else is out here. Oh, she said, I went to take my dogs out for a potty break, but I'm back now. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Living life and still doubling back. Oh, Shay said, I got your book the other day. I can't wait to read it. Thank you, my love. Shout out to you, Shay. And listen, guys, all of y'all jump on and get the book. It's a page turner. It's a cute little read, honey. And I was talking to my mom today, and we were just shooting the breeze, chit-chatting. And I said, I don't know what I'm going to do about this whole empty nest thing. And my mother said, please, there is so much you can do. You are a talented girl. She said, write some more books. You're going to find, I said, I'm a volunteer with my church. She said, volunteer with your church, write some more books. She said, please, you talented, honey. You ain't going to have a moment to waste. You got lots to do. Don't worry about that. It's time for her to go on to what she has to do, and you're going to do what you got to do. You got so much you are talented with. Do you. That's what she said. Do you. And I was like, you know what, mommy? I needed that. Thank you. I needed to hear that, because I was like, what am I going to do with my empty nest syndrome? But let me tell you about your girl. I don't like to put any of her business on the internet, because these internet streets ain't for the faint at heart, my love. You know, they be trying to come for your girl, and I just don't want anybody targeting my child. However, she has another accomplishment. Hold on. And I want us to take a, so I'm not going to put her business out here per se, but I would like to, I want to do a special. And for those who are able to do, like I said, you're under no obligation, but if you would like to do it, you can. She was honored with a nomination, but with all of these type of things, there's cost associated with it. So your girl was nominated for. Well, I'm just going to read some of it to you. It says, this is the paper. It says, congratulations, dear Nirvana. Congratulations. I am proud to nominate you for academic recognition as a delegate representing the state of blank at the Congress of Future Medical Leaders to be held at blank date in blank city. It's for people who will be medical leaders and scientists. And as you know, your girl is a science major. She's going to be a scientist. So she was nominated for this beautiful, illustrious nomination. I'm super proud of her. And they said the Congress of Future Medical Leaders is an academic honors program with strict requirements. In order to be a part of this, your GPA has to be above 3.5. I told you she's 4.0. And this is just an amazing thing for her to be nominated for. Like, I'm talking to y'all and tears is forming in my eyes. Hold on, give me a moment. Let me wipe my tears. I'm proud of my baby girl. I'm super proud of her. She is a pleasure to mother. All of my children were. I tell people all the time, I hit the womb Powerball. She is a pleasure to mother. And this is an amazing, some of the, Vaughn, can you send me down the thing, the book, part of it, of the nomination thing? It says, let me read to you some of the distinguished physicians and medical scientists who mentored delegates in the past. Virginia Mann Yi Lee, she's a PhD, Breakthrough Prize in Life Sciences. Sir Richard Roberts, PhD, Nobel Peace Prize in Physiology or Medicine. Stephen Ray Mitchell, Dean of Medical Education at Georgetown University. Robert Satcher Jr., PhD, MD, astronaut, surgical oncologist. Robert J. Lefkowitz, Nobel Peace Prize in Chemistry. So this is for future. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't even know what's happening. Somebody is cutting onions up in here. My eyes are leaking. Like, this is how proud I am of my daughter. I'm super proud of her. I'm just super proud of her. She is so talented. We got it in the mail. She was like, oh my God, wow. Like, how did I get nominated for that? I'm super proud of her. So, you want to say hi to the camera? I know. She said she ain't got her wig on, y'all. So, oh, okay. So look, this is her nomination. And so she was nominated for Congress of Future Award of Excellence for outstanding academic achievement, leadership potential, and determination to serve humanity in the field of medicine. This judgment is being rendered with reference to the nomination. My eyes are leaking, guys. My gosh. Oh my gosh. Woo. I don't think. Pass me that. Look at that picture frame. I'm painting my house. I took down a bunch of stuff to paint my house. Give me that picture frame with the back there with your most. Let me tell you something. I am blessed. These are tears of joy. And I am blessed to be alive to even be here to have had her. Remember, she came post me getting shot. She has been such an amazing young lady. So the word Nirvana, the name Nirvana means the highest form of spiritual enlightenment. Her middle name is Samadhi, and it means the highest form of spiritual. It means Nirvana, the highest form of spiritual enlightenment. She embodied all of that in utero.
Can I get your slippers?
Yeah, they're actually your slippers. So this is, no, not they're.
Oh, sorry.
It's the wrong one.
Sorry.
In the 7th grade, I was at an awards program at her school. And so they were, giving awards to kids, giving awards. And then they said, now this next award This next award goes to a student who has shown outstanding. Can you give me a charger too out of my bag, please? On the couch. You see this nomination? She was most likely to change the world. This was in the 7th grade. She was nominated most likely to change the world. We sitting in the audience, they're like, now this next nomination, this is for a student. This is the first time we've ever given this award. Not only was it voted on by the administration, but it was voted on by the teachers and the student body. And they said this young lady, well, they didn't say young lady. They said this student represents excellence, where educators teach this young lady, and we are like, who is her mother? Because who is she being raised by? Because my God, she teaches us stuff every day. And we had to give this award because, and I'm sitting there next to other parents and we laughing and just talking up a storm, girl. I'm like, ooh, child, somebody about to get somebody parents gonna be happy tonight. We laughing in the audience, we chuckling. And they said Nirvana. And I was like, oh, most likely to change the world. She was nominated by the student body, the administration, and the educators in the 7th grade, most likely to change the world. Do you know what that means? She was in the 7th grade. This young lady can talk to you about anything. If you think I'm the dopest nerd, baby, she is the new updated model. I'm the old school model. She's the new improved model. She's a million times sharper, doper, smarter than me. I'm telling you. And I've always been a smart little whippersnapper. This young lady is, she is a pleasure to mother. She's a phenomenal person. If I wasn't her mother, I would be her friend. And I'd be her parents' friend because I'd be like, yo, that's a dope kid. She's just an amazing young lady. So she was nominated for this thing. There are costs associated with it. Like I told y'all, that's my job. And y'all know I ain't been to work for a while. Okay. I'd be sitting around like, there is a leprechaun in the back with a thing of gold in my backyard. He ain't back there. He ain't back there because I wouldn't come to y'all with nothing. But if you would so choose and would be so kind to donate for her cause, I'm going to do a special live for her. I'm just mentioning it now. Anybody who wants to support is coming up soon. It's in June, but we got to, of course, let me see. Let me put on my glasses. Her travel expenses and all of that, her lodging. Let's see. When does it have to? Nirvana, did you notice what the deadline said? Did you look and see like what the deadline is? For let me see. She's nominated, but they have a program that she gets to go to for 3 days and stay and be a part of this thing. And there's tuition. So the tuition is, where's the paper with the tuition, Vaughn? Hold on. Came with a whole lot of papers. You know when it's important. They got a whole lot of papers to it. Okay. What am I missing? Is it not here? Hold on. This is a list of all the different people, illustrious people who are a part of this and who are going to be at this thing. Let's see. I know I looked at it. It said parents. Am I overlooking at it? I'm moving too fast, trying to. Okay, I think this is it. All right, yeah. I got it. So there's, like I said, there's a enrollment, National Academy of Future Physicians and Medical Scientists Congress. So it's a Congress, it's like a 3-day thing, and the tuition is for overnight program. So they have just the daytime nomination thing that they're all going to go to, but then they also have an overnight program for them to stay for 3 days. And so they get greeted upon arrival from blank blank airport. Transportation for the students to the accommodations and designated departure locations, accommodations for 3 designated nights, including daily breakfast and resident assistants who will stay with them also to make sure your kids are safe and this, that, the other. And where the heck is the amount? I saw the paper. Nirvana, you took something of this upstairs? This is all of it? A paper is missing. Okay, $12.85. The tuition is $12.85. And a payment plan may be, they said a payment plan may be available. If a payment plan is selected, the payments will automatically be charged to the credit card and supplied every 30 days until the full tuition is paid. So it's $1,285. Of course, I'm going to take responsibility for some of that. But if you wanted to be a blessing to such an amazing and dope young lady, by all means, please. When you send, you can send it to Cash App. When you send a Cash App, just put in the memo for Nirvana's trip. I'm so proud of her. When I tell you, it just brings tears to my eyes. Because listen, we live in a world where people, oh, Sarah said we had a similar program when I was in high school. Shout out to you, Sarah. That's dope. I feel so proud of her. So proud of her. And that said Dutch in honor, but I think you were saying such an honor. And then Dutch came out. It is such an amazing thing. Look, we got young people in this world who are, Sarah said, I don't have Cash App, but I want to support. What other means? What other thing do we have? I think I have a, what is that called? Do y'all have, Nirvana, what's that thing? You have PayPal? If you have PayPal, what's that thing connected to PayPal, Nirvana? Venmo? Venmo? Do you have Venmo? I'm super proud of her. I do have Venmo. So what is the Venmo? Isn't there an app on my phone, Nirvana? A Venmo app. Wasn't there a Venmo app on my phone? What does the app look like? Okay. Oh, I offloaded it. You know when you be running out of space, sometimes you got to offload it. I'm reloading it, so I'll be able to tell you in a minute. Natanya, do you have PayPal? No Cash App in my country. Yes, I have a PayPal. The PayPal was from my reupholstery company, and so is the Venmo. 1 second. I gotta see what. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna take a. If I send you the picture, locked, can you post it in the chat? I think it has some kind of little. Let's see. I'm screenshotting it. I'm sending it to you. I'm screenshotting and said, okay, thank you, boo. I appreciate it. I know you got me. You always got me. And I got you too. And then PayPal. What is the PayPal? Y'all know I don't be remembering these things, honestly. Like, hold on, I gotta look it up. First, let me send this Venmo to locked. What did I just do? Okay. All right. So I just sent her the Venmo. She's going to post it in the chat. And then, yeah, put Nirvana's trip on it. And then I'm going to have Nirvana make a live thanking you all. And then where do I look up for this? PayPal. Let me look at my email because I don't remember. PA. We stay side by side till the storms in life pass us by, and my mind, oh my heart. It is. I'm gonna just, let me send it to you. The PayPal is. I sent it to you, sis. I'm super proud. When I tell you, the greatest sense of pride is that God gave me the ability to be alive, to experience this. That's the greatest form of. That's the greatest form of pride, and the greatest blessing of all is that I'm alive. That I'm alive after what I endured, to be here and to experience it with her. And then for the fact that she is post my injury. So there would be no Nirvana if God's will was not for me to survive. So I understand that even in spite of all of this, is still God is in this healing and renewing space. He meant for Nirvana. God is so great. He meant for Nirvana to be this, because she came after I got shot. When the world said I would not survive, when the doctors and the people in there said I wouldn't survive, she came afterwards. She is God's miracle. And I know I've told y'all before, but I worked for this private client floor of this big financial company, Alliance Bernstein, major company, investments, this, that, everything, and hedge fund, the whole nine. And I was pregnant with Nirvana, big, big, big belly. And this lady came in. She said her name was Sammy. She looked like Sinead O'Connor. She had that kind of buzz cut like Sinead O'Connor. And she had a very heavy Celtic Irish type accent. And she wore this very loose, free flowing black fabric. And she had wood and rubber jewelry on. And she said, in America, is it okay to ask a woman about her pregnancy? And so I said, yes. And she said, what are you having? And I was like, oh, I don't know. I didn't want to find out. I just wanted to be surprised. I wanted God to reveal to me. And she said, oh, well, if it's a girl, what do you do you have a name if it's a girl or if it's a boy? And I said, well, because I don't know what it is, I'm not sure. But I always had the name Nirvana. I always said if I had a daughter, I would name her Nirvana. But her dad wants to name her Samadhi if it's a girl. And she reached her hand towards my belly. She didn't touch me, but she reached her hand forward and said, it has been ordained. And I was like, huh? What? And she said, it has been ordained. She said, do you know what Nirvana means? And I said, yeah, I know what Nirvana means. I had a teacher in high school that used to call me Nirvana. even though my name was Natanya. And I said, you keep calling me Nirvana. You know my name is Natanya, right? He said, I know your name is Natanya, but you have this level of enlightenment for a young girl. You're like an old woman, and that's why I call you Nirvana. And I went and looked up the name Nirvana and found out it meant the highest form of spiritual enlightenment. She said samadhi means the exact same thing. Now, I know her father did not know that. He just pulled it out the air, kind of competing with me to not name her Nirvana, because I said Nirvana. He was like, well, I want to name her Samadhi. I said, what does that, where do you even get that name from? And he's like, I heard it on something. And he said he wanted to name her Samadhi. And I said, well, she's going to be Nirvana Samadhi because she's being named Nirvana. God gave me that name from a youth. I was 14 when his teacher started calling me this. And I said, I'm going to name my daughter Nirvana. This lady said, go look up Nirvana. I looked up Nirvana on the, you know how it has like the ambiguation on the side. It says, see Samadhi. And then when I looked up Samadhi, it said the same thing. And it said, see Nirvana. It meant the same thing in two different cultures and two different languages. I was like, oh my God. I was so overcome. I said, excuse me. And I went off to the bathroom to cry. And when I came back, this woman was gone. I said, where's Sammy? People was like, who? I said, the lady with the Celtic Irish accent, with the black clothes and the wooden rubber jewelry with the short buzz cut. They was like, who? Nobody had seen this woman. Everybody act like I was talking to a ghost. I was like, do not tell me you didn't see her. They were like, well, what was she here for? I said, she said she had an appointment. And I looked in the book and they looked and there was nobody named Sammy in that book. And I was just like, what is going on? I was like, am I seeing things? Was that? She was as real as I'm talking to y'all. And I was just like, what? And I've told everybody, I printed off the Nirvana and the Samadhi that day. I had it her whole life until I moved and the movers dropped my box. I had every card, everything everybody had ever given me for Nirvana because I always knew she was a blessing to me. These suckers had dropped her this box and it scattered all over the floor. And instead of keeping it, they swept it up and threw it in the garbage. Boy, when I was like, where's Nirvana's keepsake box? Where's that keepsake box? And then one of the guys like, oh, that thing with all them cards and stuff, yeah, it had fell, it broke, so we threw it away. I said, you what? Baby, I wanted to. But to God be the glory. I still have her. So, but I told everybody about this lady, Sammy. And people was just like, ah. So all the people in the office were like, I don't know who you're talking about. We didn't see her. I got off for work that day. I was heading to the train station. There was this big hotel at the corner of the block called the Hotel Roosevelt. As I approached the Hotel Roosevelt, you know how you feel somebody staring at you and you look over? I look over. It is Sammy. She's getting into a yellow cab. And I go, Sammy. And I call out to her. She gets in a yellow cab. And then the yellow cab, I tried to like run across the street to her. The yellow cab proceeds to drive off like in a movie, slow motion like, and she's looking out the back window at me, just fading away. And I was like, what the? Oh my God. I knew she was real. I told everybody about her for years. Jump ahead to 2020. I'm considering selling my house. I was completely engaged in a sale. And then my sister ended up having a stroke. And so that stopped everything because I went home to take care of her. She was having my nephew and during childbirth, and she ended up having a stroke and falling into a coma and becoming paralyzed and all that. By the grace of God, she is here. She is healthy. That's the nephew I wrote the book about. Handy Cammy gets it done. And my sister is fine by the grace of God. But I dropped everything and I put the sale on hold and I flew home to take care of my sister. Thank you, somebody. Dana G. Shout out to you, Dana G. To God be the glory. Thank you. And so I run home to take care of my sister. And so that sale got put on hold and I didn't end up selling the house, but I had already really was in the throes of selling my house. And so help me God, I packed up everything because the buyer said we were in contract. The buyer said they wanted the keys at closing. And so I was like, okay, so that means your house got to be broom swept and ready to go. So I packed up. I literally found out that one of Nirvana's friends' mother, this girl she's not even friends with this girl no more. But we had been friends with her for a long time. And it was that sale that ended up fracturing our friendship because I came to find out this woman was jealous of me and talking all this junk like, oh, this, that, just had too much to say. I found out after the fact, but I found out she lived in a hotel. And so I was like, all this time you've been in a hotel, So I was like, okay, I'm going to give you, I gave her some money and I was like, I'm going to give you all my furniture, as I was going to buy all new furniture in a new house anyway. So I gave her my furniture. I think I kept my bed because it was like a well, not the bedroom set, just the mattress, because I bought these really expensive bed and mattress set. And then I had sold the bed right before I was going to sell the house, but I kept my mattresses. And so this was such a good mattress, like thousands of dollars for this mattress, that I wasn't giving it away, but I gave everything else away. I put the rest of my, personal things in storage. I was sleeping on I still had my mattress in my room, but at the end I was sleeping on when the sale ended up not going through, falling through, I was sleeping on like they say, a pallet of foam on the floor. Okay. You know how hard it was for me to get up off the floor? It's one thing to get out of bed, but when you're this age, to get up off the floor to go to the bathroom, oh God, that was not easy. But either way, I was laying in the bed. My TV was taken off of the wall, mounted. It was leaning against the wall. And so help me God. So help me God. I'll never forget it. I'm sleeping and the TV is on. I hear this, Nirvana, her friends, and Nirvana and two of her friends was in the room. I hear this voice and God is saying, whispering to me, get up. I have something for you. I need you to see something. Get up. And I hear this person talking. And I was like, what do I know that voice from? I know that voice. But I'm sleeping. I'm having this conversation with God while I'm sleeping. Baby, I peek. You know how you open your eyes sleeping and kind of survey the room? I looked at the TV. Who did I see? Sammy. The lady Sammy that said, it has been ordained with my belly. I jumped up. I was looking at the TV. I was like, oh. I said, oh my, I had told everybody about this woman for years. Okay. It's almost like people thought I was lying at one point because I could never find this woman. So help me God. She was doing a TED Talk. Okay. This woman was doing a TED Talk. And she had the same buzz cut. And she was dressed in free-flowing black fabric. And she had the same wood and rubber jewelry on. I started screaming, Nirvana! Nirvana! Nirvana jumped up. She was like, what, mommy? What happened? I said, come and go. Sammy. She was like, the lady from when you were pregnant with me? I said, yes. You remember that, Nirvana? The Sammy thing, when she was doing, I said, Nirvana, come quick. Nirvana came. She was like, oh my God, she looks exactly how you described her, mommy. I said, oh my God. She was doing a TED Talk. I said, what the? I knew it was something. So I was hyper focused and conscious around that time because that wasn't common. How old were you at the time, Nirvana? It was like 4. When Auntie Danny had the stroke, how old were you? When Auntie Danny had the stroke, how old were you? She said 7th or 8th grade. So she was about 12. Yeah, because she's 17 now. So yep, 12, 13. And so help me God, I went buck wild. What up, sis? Hey, my love. My sister's in here. I went buck wild. I was like, Nirvana, Sammy. And I just could not believe it. And there was the woman who said, when she asked me about Nirvana in my utero, she said, it has been ordained. There she was on a TED Talk. And so she said Sammy to me. And they call her Sammy, but her name was Carolyn McHugh. You could look her up. I guarantee you, when you see her, she looks exactly how I described. I told everybody and their mother. Remember when I told y'all about Sammy when Nirvana was pregnant? She's on a TED Talks. The woman is on a TED Talks. Her name is Carolyn McHugh. I even saved it in my phone. I think it's like MCHUGH. Carolyn McHugh, something like that. Let me look it up real quick. See if you can see it locked. Carolyn McHugh TED Talk. Okay, guys, y'all think I'm joking?
For just $9.99, try Domino's new Parmesan stuffed crust pizza when you carry out.
I don't want the. I turned down the volume as commercials. Let me get past the commercials.
You've looked in at least one mirror.
Look at this woman.
You had a shave, or you combed your hair, or maybe you checked your teeth.
How could I ever forget this voice?
Lunch. But what you didn't know is that the face looking back at you isn't the face that everybody else sees. It's a kind of reversed.
You see what she has on?
Back to front image. So some years ago, I was on a flight to New York and I read an article in the FT, and it was an article about a phenomenon called a true mirror.
Now, here's the thing.
For the American.
When she said some years ago I was on a flight to New York, I bet you that's when she met me. I bet you that was when she met me. Fair use. I'm going to make sure I put the fair use. Child, I don't want no problems. There you go. Locked, put it in the chat. Y'all hit that Carolyn McHugh link and see if she don't look exactly like I described. She looks exactly like I described. I was like, oh my God. What up, sis? I love you. That Celtic accent. If you heard that voice once in your life, can you tell me that you would forget that voice? This woman literally said to me, is it okay to question, and in America, is it okay to question a woman about her pregnancy? And then literally said a whole thing, let me know that my child's first name that I chose and that her father chose both meant the same thing, and that she was ordained. Put her hand out like this and said, it has been ordained. I was shooketh, and nobody else in this entire hedge fund knew who I was talking about. She was on the private client floor. You have to have special clearance to get up to the private client floor. You have to have millions of dollars. The private clients don't talk to anybody. They only talk to people who are loaded. And look, this woman was on the floor. I worked on the private client floor. I was an assistant to one of the partners. These are the corner office people. There was like 4 or 5. It was 4 corner offices and another office on the floor. 5. And this is a skyscraper, massive skyscraper. So what is the likelihood that this woman is just ended up on this floor? Child. I promise you. I promise you. I was like, what up, K-Leg? What up, Willow Green, Lisa Bruno? I said, God whispered to me and said, wake up. I need you to see something. Wake up. Now I got something to show you. I woke up. This woman said to me when I was pregnant with Nirvana that she was ordained. And then when Nirvana was 12 or 13, the woman's on my TV in a TED Talk. And she said, years ago, when I went to New York, and you see the TED Talk, if I'm not mistaken, that TED Talk was 2012. I saw it in 2020. What is the likelihood that her TED Talk was on my TV? I had broken my entire house down, gave all my stuff away. And then I didn't sell my house. So imagine, after I gave all my stuff away, that I didn't sell my house. I had to buy all new stuff and I didn't sell. Thank God. Thank God as in heaven that he blessed me with it, because God will provide. Listen, if God gives you, sometimes God needs you to purge everything you got. Sometimes there is energy attached to the stuff that you got. And he said, I want this all out of here. The only way for me to get you to clean your house out, empty your house out, is to tell you that you're going to sell the house and that the people want the keys and then guess what? The man who was buying the house, the realtor for the man who was buying the house was doing all this stuff. He got money and he was talking like, he got a Maybach and all this stuff. But then when we were mid contract, his financing fell through. When they called me and asked me for this and this closing documents, I'm like, why are you asking me for closing documents? And we scheduled to close, like we were scheduled to close the Friday. I'm like, why are you asking me for closing documents? And I gave you that weeks ago. How could you be asking me for closing documents a few days before? They was like, oh, you didn't give me that weeks ago. You gave that to his other lender. That's his financing fell through. I'm the backup lender. I just got this guy's case on Monday. My closing was supposed to be Friday. They had just got the case on Monday. And they were trying to hurry up and get him close. So I was like, what is this? I said, rightfully so. Our original sales contract is done. Once his financing fell through and y'all didn't notify me, we finished. I don't have to go through with this sale. Our original contract is finito once his financing fell through and you didn't notify me. Another lender is on the table. I appreciate that you're trying to get this done, but you can't force me to sell. This is a whole new contract. We get to the closing table, baby. When I tell you scam. The realtor, my real estate agent, first of all, was trash bags. If I could Nirvana, what was that girl name? My realtor when we was gonna sell. What? Who? The one the young girl that I was flipping on. I forget this girl's name. I know I got it in my phone somewhere. She was trash bag. She was with Keller Williams. Trash. Oh, she's not talking to me. She was trash bags. And I was just like, oh my God. What is the deal with her? And I was so pissed off with her. And I had to represent and advocate for myself. Then I'm looking at my HUD and I'm like, what's all these fees? What's all these extra amounts on this thing? I own my house outright. So what is all of this? And they're like, oh, what's the big deal? Then one of my girlfriends happened to be, but she talked about listen, I killed two birds with one stone. I lost two people with one stone. She said to the one who I gave all my furniture to, oh, I don't got no ride. And she was like, can you take me home? And then my friend was like, oh, I'll drive you home. And this was my bona fide. My bona fide went to drive her home. Sat there and both of them was out there talking about me. I lost two friends or a friend and an acquaintance in one shot. But God is a mighty God. If somebody ain't for you, he ain't gonna let them be around. Had the audacity to tell me, what's the big deal? Look at how much money you're making off your house. What's a few thousand? Excuse you, heifer? I'm not giving no few thousand away. These is my thousands. Oh, imagine somebody tell you that about your money. What's the big deal? Baby, when I tell you I fix them down to the ground, I fix them, I clot them blood clot down to the ground. I was like, excuse you? What's the big deal? It's just a few thousand. I said, yo, Mama Bright, how dare you tell me that about my money? This is my money. I'm not letting nobody take advantage of me. I had to check the realtor. I had to check the closing attorney. They tried to trump some stuff up on me. When I bought my house in this subdivision, it's a very exclusive subdivision. When I bought my house here, there was the guy who was the HOA president was best friends with the guy I bought my house from. So the guy I bought my house from had already transferred to another state, and his best friend, the HOA president, sat in on the closing for him. So he got to meet me and know me before the neighborhood, really got to know me. And he was looking me up and down like, who is this young woman that is coming here and handling her business like a champ and buying this house outright with no mortgage? Who this? And so he was like, because he was an older guy. He was a doctor. He was an older guy, very esteemed, very prestigious. And he was dope. He had connections out the wazoo. When we moved over here, I didn't want to put my daughter in the school over here. He was like, oh, no, you ain't got to do that. Because he understood that I was a woman of a certain class and how I handled my business. He was like, yo, you handled your business up in there. He was like, I'm impressed. I know you ain't nothing, no lightweight. And I said, I don't want to put my daughter in the school. He literally gave me the director of blah, blah, blah in school system, walked me right into his office. Go ahead and talk to him. Tell him I sent you. And I called and he was like, oh yeah, he sent you. Yeah, come on down. And had Nirvana in a specialized school in a day. Okay? Like that. So he wasn't no lightweight, but he knew I was handling my business and stuff. So I was just like, what's going on in this neighborhood? So I was when they talked to me about homeowners, the HOA, I said to him, "What's up with I'm there's an HOA, but I'm not getting clarity. Like I need to know what's going on. It seems like is there a moratorium on the HOA? What's going on right now?" And so he leveled with me. Yeah, you don't worry about the HOA. You ain't got to be you grandfathered out of the HOA because something's going on right now. He didn't want to divulge all of the information that was going on. And recently he passed away. He passed away about 6 months ago. He didn't want to divulge everything that was going on, but he was like, "Don't worry about the HOA. You grandfathered out of it. You are a rare person. You're like the only person in the entire subdivision that doesn't have to pay for the HOA. You're grandfathered out." I was like, I tried to press him like for a little more information, but he didn't want to drop no information. So, sometimes God be like, you mind your business. It don't apply to you. Mind your business. And it was a lot of money. So I was like, okay, I'm out of it. So like I said, I'm the only person in the neighborhood that didn't have to pay HOA. HOA is a substantial amount of money. These suckers got on my HUD closing statement all these excess HOA charges, trying to back charge me from the time I bought the house. I said, "Yeah, Mud, I am grandfathered out of the HOA. I don't have to pay no HOA. So you're not charging me all this back. What you think this is? Oh, no, we didn't see nothing, no requisition on your thing for HOA, so we have to bill you." I said, "Bill your mama blood clot. Me not pay that." They was like, "Oh, well, this, that, we can't." I just took out my phone. "Hello? Yeah, what's up?" He knew who it was. He got my phone. I got his phone number. I said, "What these people?" I'm in my closing. These people sitting here talking about HOA. He said, "Put me on speakerphone." He identified himself, Dr. So-and-so. He's like, "Yeah, she is grandfathered out of the HOA. It doesn't apply to her. And when you guys reached out to me, I sent you a letter to that fact. Why are we having this discussion again?" They was like, Then somebody, hold on a second. She stepped out the office, come back with some other man. And he's like, "Can you identify yourself, sir?" And he's like, "I'm Dr. So-and-so and so. Are you so-and-so?" "Oh, yes, sir." He's like, "Well, good. Then you're the one I spoke to. Didn't I send you a letter letting you know that she is grandfathered out of the HOA?" Baby, they were not pleased. You hear? They were not pleased. They were like, okay. So he had a level of respect for me because he was like, "You be handling your business." These people try to throw thousands of dollars on my closing statement to charge me for. I'm like, y'all smoking crack. I don't know what y'all think going on here, but I'm not the herb none of y'all looking for. And then I was so pissed off with that real estate agent. I was like, I am not obligated to sell this house to you. This financing issue that you having. Then he had to run out. They thought they was going to tax me for the HOA money. Then he had to leave the closing and run out and get a money order for all that HOA money for him going forward. They thought they was going to tag me for it. I said, "What y'all think this is?" I said, "You know what? This closing is done. I'm not selling my house." "Oh, everybody's in an uproar." I don't care. I'm not obligated. First of all, your first legal contract is done. It was done when you lost your lender and you didn't tell me. Once you went to a second lender, I was gracious to let you continue. But now that I see y'all a bunch of scammers up in here, no, I'm not selling my house to none of y'all. By the grace of God, thank God I didn't sell it. Do you know, not even 5 months after me not selling my house, it went up $100,000 in 5 months. The value went up $100,000. When I tell you, say them palm colors call me all the time. "Hi, is your property value available? Would you like to sell?" "No, but take my name off your list." Click. Every day. I go through this every day. I got 2 of them today. 2 calls today because it's very coveted in here. And the home ownership is solid. I said, So I ended up not selling. And let me tell you, so then I thought I pulled a sale and I said, I'm going to use I knew another young lady, Jonna Redmond, a phenomenal real estate agent, if you're ever looking for one. And my homegirl, Trina, is a dope real estate agent too. But Jonna Redmond and Trina, 2 dope real estate agents. So I called Jonna to come over. I was cleaning. I said, "Come over, Jonna. I want to talk to you about possibly representing me if I decide to go through with this sale, complete the sale." And not to that same guy, but to still put it on the market. I was doing some stuff and playing some music and singing and getting prepared for her to come. I was in the middle of the night. I was talking to my husband, just, "Baby, why the light fell out I have a recessed lights in my kitchen. Right over the fridge, a recessed light popped out of the hole." I said, "Oh, that means don't sell." When she got here, I said, "You see that recessed light over my fridge? I said, "Why that popped out this morning when I was talking to my husband and saying, should I sell?" She said, uh-oh, I don't want no parts of this. She said, baby, take it to God. If God don't say so, you ain't supposed to. Hold this. She was like, you ain't supposed to. And I didn't sell it. Here I still sit by the grace of God. And it done went up way more. So God got a reason for everything. You got to listen. It's all in the signs. If you're in a contract dispute with someone, if you're in a contract with someone and they start trying to do you dirty and things just start looking crazy and off kilter, and people that are professional people are putting this on paper, and then you call the person and they like, no, I told them you ain't subject to that. And then they like, oh, we made a mistake. Don't do it. Anybody who's willing to do you dirty in a contract dispute, even if it ain't contract, if it's regular little stuff, don't do it. When somebody comes into something lacking integrity, that is not where you're supposed to be. And you got to advocate for yourself. And that's what made people tight about me, because I advocate. Oh, baby, if y'all think I go hoarding the paint on internet, see me when I'm handling my business. See me when I'm in contract negotiations. I don't play, because I don't walk into this world. God said we have to walk in, show thyself approved. Don't come in like a little mealy mouse. Can I get, is it okay? No. Don't walk in to handle your business like that. Show thyself approved. That's what the Bible says. That's what the Father God said. Show thyself approved. If you don't feel approved to advocate for yourself, ain't nobody else going to advocate on your behalf. Do not let people walk up in here, traipse up in nowhere, and play you out of yours. Don't let nobody finesse you out of yours. That's why I be telling people I'm unfinessable. Why are you wasting your time? I'm unfinessable. Your K-Leg, tell them now, your gut will always tell you. Remember, I tell you, your gut and your brain is one and the same. Your gut will always tell you who doing you dirty. And if you feel it in your belly, if it in your belly, don't do it. By the grace of God, I didn't do it. And baby, can I tell you, say, it was super beneficial to me in all ways. And I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I'm happy. I'm safe. I'm everything here. I love it. I love it. And as much as I was thinking, oh, I was going to sell and buy an even bigger house. And then my child is, here we jump ahead, we 5 years later. And my child is getting ready to go off to college. This house is already huge. I don't need a bigger house. I tell you, I'll be hearing them creaks when I'm here by myself. What do I need to be going into listening to crack? I mean, for her to be going and me by myself and then listening to all of that. All right, Disha with the D, you out of here. We about to be out of here too, because I promise you, I told Locked, I said we'll do 1 hour and 20 minutes. And here we go, 2 hours and 45 minutes later. As always, let me put what Locke says on the screen. If you enjoy the content, hit the like button. It's a free way to support the channel, and it really helps a lot with the algorithm. Make sure that you are letting the algorithm know that we are doing something. Vaughn, can you bring my other phone? It should be in my bag or right on the chair. Keisha said, I've always been for real, Natanya, I've always been a great advocate for myself, and my children are the same way. You have to be, because people will finesse you out your stuff. And then people that you call your friends, if you have a friend that tells you, what's the big deal? It's only a few $1,000s. That ain't your friend. And ain't nobody had to tell me twice, baby. When I say, I cut you off. I chop your ankles and call you Toby, okay? Like you say, Kunta Kinte, Tobe. You're not going. No real friend of yours is going to tell you to leave your money on the table or let somebody finesse you out of your money and take it away. Anybody who tells you that is not your friend. Hear me when I tell you they're not your friend. They're not your friend. Do not allow anybody to make you feel guilty about advocating for yourself, because I was right, 100% right. I was 100% right. And everybody felt burnt when I was like, bye, I ain't selling my house. People like, hold on, come back, let's talk to her. Nope. I'm not under, you have to, we under, the guy gonna slam his table. We under contract. I said, no, boo, that contract ended when you lost your funding and you didn't tell me. I only know from the follow-up funder, because I said to him, why are you asking me for closing documents when I already got an okay to close 2 weeks ago? And he said, you didn't send me nothing. That was his other funder. I said, is this a new funder? Is this a new lender? He gonna look. I said, is it a new lender? Well, yeah. In the conversation booth, that original contract is done. I said, real estate agents and broker, tell your client something. Educate your client. Am I right or am I right? They was like, but I mean, you came to the closing table, so that hello. I ain't asking you about your feelings. I'm asking you about facts. Is that contract done? Well, technically, yeah, but I mean, if you come in good faith, I came in good faith. But when y'all was trying to play with my money, when y'all was trying to play with my shmoney, my cheese, my cheddar, my munions, bye. You can't play with my munion. Bye. And I'm out. And I walked up out there, snatched my stuff up, and thrown out a better choice than this. And I walked out. I didn't care. They was tight. When I tell you they was tight, I didn't care. Not one bit. And my friend, she was like, calm down. I said, you calm the down and mind your business. And don't tell me nothing about no, it's just a few thousand. How dare you? I said, I don't care if it was 52 cents. I won't mind. She was tight. I didn't care. And I went about my business. And that was the end of that. That was the end of that friendship, the end of that other acquaintanceship. And here I sit. And I'm going to tell you how you inspire people too, because I had a radio show here in Atlanta and I have my YouTube channel, and I'm not talking about anybody, but I've happened to see that now she does the same thing. So, you inspire people. It's not your duty to hang on to it. Or I just happened to see the other day and I was like, oh, how nice. So nice to inspire folks, but whatever. I was being a little petty, but I'm not petty. I was being a little ironic. It's so nice to inspire people, and you move on. Because here's what I tell you all the time. They don't hate you. There's a thin line between love and hate. They don't hate you. They're actually obsessed with you. They want your undivided attention, and they want your focused. And thank you. Thank you, Willow Green. Yes, Trusty Dusty doing her thing, baby. Ooh, shout out. Let me give some congratulations to other people that sent Trusty Dusty some LOVE. Dana G. Oh, and Dawn Marie, I said that before. Bonvesuto. I said that correct, right? Dawn Marie. Thank you to Dana G for sending a blessing to Nirvana for her trip. We appreciate you. Every dollar counts. Anyone else wants to be a blessing for the replay gang? You want to be a blessing for Nirvana for her nomination? By all means, send her a blessing, and in the memo, write for Nirvana's nomination or her trip or whatever you want to, however you want to address it, but write for Nirvana. We're going to do a live where Nirvana comes on and explains a little more about it to you guys and thanks you guys when she puts her wig back on. She wasn't feeling so great today. And I appreciate it. Look at Locked. Locked me. When I tell you I love my girl Locked, she is the dopest mod in the land. Donate to Nirvana's trip. She deserves the blessing. Send a Cash App to the Dopest Nerd or Venmo, Diamond in the Rough, and PayPal ditterinc@gmail.com. Note Nirvana's trip. Thank you so much. And like I said, we're going to make a special live in regards to it. So whoever wants to assist, by all means. I can see people in the back end that's putting a 1 and putting pinky toe. I could tell where you're up to in the video. Oh, Keisha, no problem. Look on that post that Locked put again. Take a screenshot of it with your phone or whatever, and then whenever you can. You don't have to do it today. That it is in. I'll put the paper back over there. It's June, end of June 20 something. So you have time. I'm just super proud of her. Like I said, I'm proud to be alive. I'm proud to have been blessed, have my womb been blessed. The loins of my womb were blessed by God Almighty. I have 3 amazing children. Amazing. And by no means are they perfect, but they are perfect for me. And they are amazing. I hit the womb Powerball. I tell people all the time, I hit the womb Powerball, and I have exponential blessings of my children because I have a grandchild. We had grandma baby weekend. We had so much fun. My granddaughter is really growing up. She is so mature. She is teaching me dances. And she asked me, Vonna, what I told you, Kenny asked me? Oh, She made me watch. I remember she made me watch the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl thing. Like she really be feeling like she's informing me. Grandma, you need to watch the Kendrick Lamar. I said I saw it. She was like, I'm gonna watch it with you. And then she's like, he is really doing his thing or whatever. And she's like, I said, yeah. She said, I said something, and she's like, but you know, do you know who Nokia? And I was like, Nokia? And she's like, Nokia, Grandma, Nokia. Drake, he's trying to climb back up. He has a song called Nokia. I was like, I know what Nokia is. It used to be a phone. She's like, I know. You know. They wasn't even phones when you was alive. But these kids are so smart. She just was putting me onto stuff, and then we went and did our outings because I always do extravaganza for my baby. So I said, you want to go to the store? I was like, you want to go grab a couple of things? She was like, sure, Grandma, we can go grab a couple of things. I said, where you want to go shopping? So back in the days, we used to always go to Target. And then she's like, well, we can't go to Target because we're boycotting them, Grandma. So it's no Target. I just laughed. I said, I know, we're boycotting. There you go, boo. And then we just went, and I was just letting her throw it in the bag, throw it in the bag, throw it in the bag. And then I made her pay. So I said, okay, you're going to scan everything. So I let her scan everything, showed her the barcode. She was scanning everything. And I let her put the card in, and we had a blast. And we just laughed. We got it. She's like, when are we going to get home, Grandma? I just want to go home. I want to be in the house with Grandma. And we got in the house, and we laughed, and we played, and we just had a ball. I bought some board games. She and I were playing board games. We had a ball. I just cannot get enough of my granddaughter. She is just so amazing. So I'm grateful. You know, I can't ask for anything more in life. Like the fruit of my loins are productive. What more can you ask for in life? God has blessed my womb. God has blessed my womb, and then exponential generations of my womb. I get to be alive to see a whole nother generation. You know, you don't get better than that. It's just, it doesn't get better than that. Shout out to Kendra Liggins for the blessing for Nirvana's trip. Thank you, Kendra. You guys are so amazing. I love you guys so much. Nirvana, the nerd herd is showing you love, girl. Y'all hear her in the background. She's like, thank you so much. I'm just eternally grateful. God is a merciful Father God. Make sure y'all show your girl Locke some love too, because we in this together. And I just appreciate everything. I appreciate everything. Okay, Kimber. Oh, you're in this. I think, let's see. I'm going to find you some resources. Since you say you're in New York, I'm going to find you some resources. I'm going to get you some Persia. Listen, guys. I told Locke that I wasn't going to wear my sister out. She wasn't feeling the greatest today. I told her an hour and 20 minutes. We are now at 2 hours and 55 minutes. So 3 hours, and we are. I'm sorry, Locke. I'm sorry. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. Like, you guys are so dope. You guys are just amazing, and who could ask for a better family? Like the nerd herd, y'all are the dopest in the world. The government, I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. All right, I'm gonna do just first names. Y'all know who y'all are. How you doing? I am wonderful. Thank you, my love. I appreciate y'all all. Thank you, Barbara J. I appreciate you too. Lisa Bruno, everybody. The gang's all here. K-Leg, my love, everybody. I love y'all. Keisha. Yo, Keisha been from the beginning. You hear me? The beginning. Sarah. Yes, Keisha Du Bois been here from the beginning. Thank you, my love. Listen, my daughter was teasing me, making fun of me. Honey, this is my pedicure color right here. You see this pink? I have been in love with this color since my early days. First in my teens, I used to do that kind of tangerine orange. And then I found this fuchsia pink and I lost my mind. This is my color. Keisha said, not going nowhere. Hey, Asheo, sis. Asheo, thank you guys. I just figured, let me do my nails. You know, I was around here looking a little scruffy and stuff, but sometimes you got to say, self, let's go to the nail salon. Well, really and truly, to be very frank, I went to pick up the show producer from school, and she's a part of, just did another production. She's very active. She's very active in extracurriculars and in things. So she just did another production. And actually this production was written by one of her girlfriends, one of her classmates, and she was in it. And then they rescheduled them from Black History Month to now. So she ended up having to stay late. And I was like, oh, I forgot this was a stay late day. So then while I was waiting, I mean, it was going to be like a few hours. And I said, let me go see what I can do with myself. Drove up the street and I was like, I'll go get my nails done. And so it wasn't a typical nail salon that I go to, because you know the nail salons in our areas, baby, these chicks have lost their mind. I went to this little nail salon, baby. It was reasonably priced. She worked super fast. Got me in and out, and the price was right. I was like, okay, I'll be back. And their little technology and all kind of thing. Yes, honey. I love fuchsia pink. And this was a little more fluorescent than I typically would, because I really like a fuchsia pink, but you know, it was close. So I said, oh, I'll do this. I've been getting so many comments. Even guys are like, oh, your pink nails look good, girl. I was like, well, thank you. How kind of you to notice, sir. Baby, I know they're overpriced. Baby, listen, nail salons have lost their mind. Do y'all remember now I'm going back, I'm showing my age, but do y'all remember the 1999 set of tips? I'm showing my age. But then they got to like $25 and they stayed there for a while. Then they got to $45 and they stayed there for a while. And then I walked in the nail salon one day, and me and Nirvana we both got, did I get tips that day, Nirvana, or did I get shout out to Chin for the super sticker? Thank you so much, my love. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. You remember that day we went to the nail salon and you got your hands and your feet there? So you know Nirvana get all them charms and yellow hearts and purple moons and all them things on her nails. She got her nails done. You know those long nails with the teddy bears and the this and the that and the cherries and all kind of stuff. The charms they put on it. She got her nails done and her feet done. I got a basic set like this and a pedicure. I think this lady told me $275. I said, for what? She said, oh, your daughter nails. She got a lot of things on her nails. I said, yo, bombo clot. I paid her, but I was not pleased. I said, suppose I didn't have that. We be fighting in here? I had no clue it was going to be nothing like that. I said, suppose I didn't have that. Y'all be up in here trying to fight me right now. I just gave him my card. I said, you won't get me twice. Once, but you won't get me twice. Yes, honey. Yes. The last time me and Nirvana ran up to the nail salon recently and went and got, they said, you not do your feet? No. Y'all won't get me again. Nirvana's was $150. That wasn't even counting my little 75. I was like, no, I don't like it. Somebody paid $500 in Cali for nails? Nah, y'all got money to waste. If y'all got $500 to spend on nails, you need to send some of that over here for Nirvana trip, because that's crazy. $500 for nails? Nails, you can't eat them. You can't do nothing with them. You can't pay no rent with these nails. They just for looks. I don't need nails that bad, honey. They got some press-ons on Amazon. I will put those on and go about my business. Ain't no way. 500? That is slackness. That is a lot of slackness. And the nail technician is slackness too. Because ain't no way. That's just foolishness. You can't invest in them. That's right. You can't do nothing with that. It don't have no return. There's no ROI on no nails. Unless you got nails and you are dominatrix and your clients like you to scratch them with your tips and then they pay you extra for that kink. I don't know. But other than that, there's no ROI. I ain't spending that kind of money on no nails. Maybe if nails, listen, I already told the lady, I said, $75 for this? Not these. These were less. I think she charged me I think these might have been, I think I gave her a $10 tip and it was like $55. I was very impressed. I said, okay, me and you can be friends, boo. You remember the $20 full set? Yes, honey, and the $20 doobie. Listen, what about when the doobie was 10? The doobie was 10, but you paid an extra $6 because you got the conditioner. Remember, they used to a la carte everything. You got the conditioner. So your conditioner was $4, and then you got like a deep conditioner, and you bought some pins from them again. So you paid, it was $10 plus that extra $6. Baby. Oh, go out and some Polori. Go out now. You have to bring the Polori in. You know I can't get no Polori. I mean, I can if I go travel to a city nearby. I can get some Polori. But oh God, the $5 Polori in church. Yes, I remember, Gil. I remember. And the aloo pie and the doubles. Yes. And I miss it bad. I miss it bad. Listen, now I try to get my aunt to come and open a bakery, a restaurant. Like, you know, I really try to get my aunt to come but you know, the bread and thing is not so good for us anymore. So I guess no, the bread is not so good for us. I'm trying to stay off of bread. You know, we have a thing for bread and rice, and those are the things that's not good for us. The bobby pins, baby, you had to pay extra for the bobby pins. What they charging for length? Oh yeah, for the nails. That's right. Length, paint, bling, shaping. Yeah, ridiculous. Oh, you want this? You didn't tell me stiletto. You say round. Nah, they can't get me. They be doing the most. I did not. Y'all, please. I do not drop my phone in the tub. Please don't drop your phone in the tub. Oh, she said, I'm just trying to listen, but I can't hang up on wisdom. Yes, honey, the Polori and the doubles and the aloo pie. Listen, when I tell you I love me a little aloo pie, you know, that is my little quick pick me up. And I'll go to roti, a boneless chicken roti. Good. I miss that. I want to be able to run down the street and go and get a roti, but I cannot do that right here. It's delicious. Delicious. But I'm trying to lay off the bread. The bread is not so great for us. You know, listen, guys, be kind to yourself. The bread is not so great to us. The bread is detrimental. We need to stay, and guys, stay off of wheat. I told you guys before, but it's been coming up a lot lately. Wheat, it creates something called wheat gut. Remember, they finessed us back in the days. I remember when it happened around the 80s, they told us, stay off of white bread, honey. Leave that Wonder Bread alone. Get you some wheat bread. And we all went on a wheat bread thing. And guess what? That's when diabetes went up and all those other things. People started getting tremendously sick. You know why? Because wheat creates something called leaky gut syndrome, AKA wheat gut. And that's what all this bloating is. Wheat inflames you. They finessed us, baby. We was on Friday. We had our good whiting sandwich, baby, with the fish, with the wheat bread. They finessed the daylights out of us. That's when diabetes catapulted. They can show you around the 80s. It catapulted because we all got off of white bread. As much as white bread was bleached, wheat bread was worse. Wheat causes leaky gut syndrome, and it breaks down your organs and makes the toxicity, the sepsis, leak into your system and annihilate you. I be trying to tell people, I be talking, you know, we be so brainwashed, honey. We ride, you know, when they teach black people something, honey, we ride that till the wheels fall off. I was in the supermarket. I saw this man grabbing some. I said, excuse me, brother, might I share some information with you? What? I said, perhaps you should consider something other than wheat bread. Wheat bread is not good. What you talking about? Please, I've been on wheat bread. Wheat bread good for you. Wheat bread good for you. I don't know what you're talking about. Listen, go ahead, roll out. I don't want to hear all that. I said, okay, no problem. I tried. You're not bound to listen to me. I tried. They lied to us. But what happens is once we learn something, we ride it till the wheels fall off. Child, wheat germ. Now that was really terrible. I remember wheat germ. Ooh, child. Grainy. And wheat has something called husks on it. And those husks, what causes the wheat bread, the wheat gut, and the leaky gut syndrome is because wheat has husks. You see those little, when you look at a picture of a wheat and it has those layers, ripple, ripple, ripple up, those layers, and they kind of come to a point and they're all on the wheat. Those things, that little tip is jagged and it tears the lining of your intestines. And every time you get a little tear in the lining of your intestines, that's where sepsis leaks out. So the waste that is going through your intestines, because it's going to your rectum to be excreted, it starts to leak out of those microscopic tears in your gut, and it causes leaky gut syndrome. And all of that waste, instead of going straight through your intestines, leaks out into your system and causes all types of sepsis and problems in your body. Stay off of the wheat. You know, I got to share something beneficial with y'all before we go. Bread altogether, but if you have to eat bread, they said, and I'm talking about a doctor who specializes in homeopathic medicine, because he understood that they didn't really teach doctors nutrition, and that all of the primary, secondary, and tertiary illnesses and diseases that take people out are predicated by food. So he specializes. He's a microbiologist, specializes in your gut microbiome. He said, if you have celiac disease, you must stay away from wheat and gluten. But if you have to consume bread, eat sourdough. It's the best bread for you. If you feel compelled to consume bread, you should be eating sourdough. It's made from a different process than regular white bread and all of that. Sourdough. That's right. Locke said I had sepsis before, and it's not pretty. It's not, and it's hard to cure. So save yourself. It is super dangerous. Save yourself. Oh, wow, Sarah. Shout out to, come on, y'all. See, nerds unite. Nerds unite. I knew I liked you, Sarah, girl. She said, oh my God, my first degree is in microbiology. Super dope. Super dope. Sarah, you know you're going to have to educate. Listen, guys, me and Locke were talking about some things. We are going to do some shows where you guys come on the screen and are talking with us. We're going to do some, what do y'all think about that? We're going to do some shows where you guys come on. You know how certain content creators will have like 6 different circles. It'll be different people. So we're going to start putting out, I want you guys to put out some topics that you think you would love for us to talk about. And I want you guys to jump on. Sarah, you are definitely going to be on, because gut microbiome is my favorite. Talking about the gut microbiome is my favorite, because your gut and your brain are one and the same. That's your second brain. And it's so important. And I'm up for it. Shout out. And listen, I want everybody, especially the regulars who are always active, and those in the nosebleeds, don't feel left out, because I want you to be a part of it too. Especially if you have an area of expertise. If you are a subject matter expert in a particular field, please come on in here and get in this nerd activity. I don't want it to just be me. I want all of us. Shout out. Shout out. Keisha said, I'm up for it. Absolutely. I want y'all, I want you up here, Sarah. I want you up here talking to people. So gather your notes, honey. Get your textbook out. Blow some dust on that. Dust it off. Let's come on in here, because listen, we sink or swim together. It's each one teach one around here. This is not just a me thing. It's a us united thing. Lisa Bruno said, oh yeah, I remember you said sourdough last time. I actually did buy that once. Yeah, otherwise I don't buy bread anymore. Not easy for an Italian. I know that's child. Nah, I know. Listen, all the ethnics, we eat bread and rice. We eat bread and rice. So I feel you. I know what you're saying 100%. Good. I want you guys. I know you're a super nerd. Me too. This is what, listen, nerds unite. This is a land of true nerds. I am so excited about this. What and Locke gave me some topics too. What do you drop some? I'll put some things in the chat, guys. Let's see our first 3 topics. Put some suggestions in the chat. Everybody throw a topic that of importance that y'all want to discuss in the chat. Come on. Me too. Oh, listen, honey, I'm serious. Me and Locke, tell him. We talked about this a while ago. Locke, let me tell you something. Locke has been dropping ideas and topics and this, that for a long time. We talk about things all the time. Your girl just got 50 million irons in the fire. And I told her, I don't want to do this all by myself. I want her to be a part of it too. One body, absolutely. So brain and autism, absolutely. That's your specialty, Sarah? Absolutely. Absolutely. Good. That is going to be one of our first topics, the brain and autism. I think that's super important. Viruses. Yep, because viruses are the root of a lot of these things as well. virus and parasites, diabetes and Addison's disease. Okay, absolutely. I'm going to do some now. Diabetes, I know that topic because that was what my husband suffered from. I know that topic. So I would absolutely. So if you guys want to jump on and be a part of this thing and these topics, make sure you put it in the chat. Put in the chat. Like say, if you say, okay, I want to be a part of the diabetes and Addison's disease conversation, put that in. Diabetes and Addison. If you want to be a part of the brain and autism, put that in. Seizures and brain. Listen, I also know that, Sarah. I have seizures. My seizures are neurotransmitted. And I have a traumatic brain injury and a seizure disorder. So I would absolutely, and you will enlighten me on a lot because those are two of the things I endured from being shot in the head. Seizures and brain disorder. I have a traumatic brain disorder because the bullet scarred my brain and gave me a traumatic brain injury. So I have a TBI and a seizure disorder. These are important discussions. Absolutely. Locke said same. I have both too. Yep. My dad suffered from diabetes. I learned a lot. Listen, let's make this happen. Oh, absolutely, Yeshua the Christ. Absolutely. We always have room to talk about God up in here. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm so excited, guys. I'm so excited. I'm super excited. Wow. Look at do you know I'm nerding out right now? I am nerding out. Have you ever heard of Sudanon, Korea? Did I pronounce that right? Sudanon, Korea? I've never heard of it. Enlighten me, Keisha. Absolutely, cooks great. Enlighten me. What is it? This is such important work we have to do, guys. And we are going to, we sink or swim together. So we are here to save the world and to enlighten our brethren and sistren on this journey. We sink or swim together. Remember what I said too, guys. Make sure you got your go bags and make sure you got your supplies in the event that the power grid goes down, because this resident cuckoo bird in chief don't care if it all burns down to the ground. He don't care. Him and his vice president and his co-president. Wow, I would love some help on how to connect with God. Praying, listening, and being still. Oh, absolutely. Now, you know that's my specialty, baby. That's my specialty. And anyone else who feels very skilled in that area, you are welcome to be a part of that one. That's my specialty. Baby, when I tell you I could get so quiet, I have a room for 5 hours, no stimulus, no TV, no radio, no nothing. Talking to God. Having good conversation. It causes dystosis effect, like seizure and stroke on the brain. I need to look that up. Put that on the screen. I think that's definitely worth. K-Lig said, would love some help on how to connect with God, praying, listening, and being still. Let me tell you something. Listening, and first of all, the first is being still. The first is quieting your brain, yourself, your everything. That is what you hear of the prayer closet. You have to have a space, and it can be a small space. It can be your closet. Get in your closet, spread a sheet out, and sit first, and what they call crisscross applesauce. Back in the days, they used to call it Indian style, showing my age. Crisscross applesauce, sit, quiet all the external stimuli, and just breathe. Close your eyes. Say, Father God, I want to open myself up to you. And just, the first thing you'll start to notice is you'll start to be conscious of every breath. You'll feel yourself breathe out and breathe in, and you got to talk with your inside voice. Your inside voice. Everyone should have a voice in their head. If you don't have a voice in your head, might be an NPC. We should have a voice in our head. I have conversations with God. I'm talking. I go on whole tangents in my head. You start to become at one with your breath. You start to then you have to get comfortable. If you are not comfortable sitting with yourself, it should inform how others feel about sitting with your company. If you're not good company for yourself and good company for God, you can't be company for nobody else. And if you feel like you have an issue connecting with people, it's because you don't know yourself. You have to get back connected to yourself in order to make a connection with anybody. And so let that be. Lisa said, I'm not the smartest, but I learned a lot from taking care of my dad. He had diabetes and COPD, never smoked a day in his life. Yeah, that secondhand smoke is horrific. That secondhand smoke is horrific. There's a very famous case of someone. This is when I learned at a young age that you can succumb to COPD and things of that nature and never having had smoked in your life. Was from, I don't know if y'all remember a show called Taxi back in the days. There was a guy named Andy Kaufman. He used to play Latka on Taxi, and he used to go talk with this kind of made up jibber jabber kind of thing. And Andy Kaufman succumbed to cancer based on secondhand smoke. He never smoked, and he had, if I'm not mistaken, it was lung cancer or something, and he passed away because of secondhand smoke. And I was just like, how could you have cancer? I mean, how could you have lung cancer if you don't smoke? But it's because you're breathing in. The people who smoke are breathing in filtered smoke, even though it's bad for them. The filter in the cigarette is filtering some of the carcinogens. But if you're sitting within their proximity every day, succumbing to the smoke, you're getting completely unfiltered smoke. You will perish before they do. So, Keisha, are you talking about a neuro disorder? What do you mean? Oh, listen, let me tell you something about another thing y'all need to stop doing. Stop putting, and I don't know if them folks is listening, do not put this to your face and your head. Every call I take is on speakerphone or corded headphones. Them earbuds, y'all better be careful of them earbuds, baby. That's direct radiation to your head. That's another thing we need to, technology and your health. That's another conversation we're going to have. Technology and your health is taking y'all out. So many people are going to have tumors because y'all putting this thing directly at your head. There is something that you can go on locked. See if you can pull it up for me. Go and pull up. What is the name of it? They are stickers that you can put on your headphones. So shungite, they should be shungite stickers to block you from radiation. Shungite is a natural mineral. It's black, it's a mineral. And I have shungite, I have it upstairs. And I used to have a big shungite one that you just stuck on the back of your phone. What it does is it mitigates the radiation that comes to your phone, that comes to you through your phone, because these phones give off tons of radiation. And so shungite will minimize it. It will block the level of radiation that comes to you. They have shungite stickers now. Before you used to have to get the actual shungite stone. They had adhesive on the back and you can stick it to your phone. Now they have the actual technology stickers. Look it up. You can put those stickers on your headphones and so the earbuds. And what it does is, while it doesn't take all of the radiation out, it minimizes it down to a very low level. But for me, no earbuds. I don't deal with, like when Beats came out, the Holy Spirit said, no, don't you get those. I try to tell my son, don't get these. I don't trust it. The only thing that they can penetrate your brain, your subdermis without your permission is sound, music. That can access your brain without your permission. They can hypnotize you or program your mind through sound. I felt like having headphones made by a hip hop company. I never trust it. I kept telling people, stop getting those headphones. You paying tons of money putting these things, noise canceling, completely obliterating everything, and you're hyper focused on the sound that's coming through it. What stops them from putting some kind of to program your brain? It's like when I used to see people with them, I'd be like, are y'all all crazy? Anybody could tell y'all anything and y'all just all buy it. And after a while of me harassing my son, he just stopped wearing them. He didn't mess with them after. I guess he must have said, you know what, my mom's not bugging. Like, I know my mother, be onto something. I might not get it at the time, but I'm telling you. And then You'll be hard pressed to see somebody with some beats on now. Technology is a humongous topic we have to talk about. Kayla said my mom used to carry her cell phone in her right side of her bra. She ended up having that same reference. See? I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm telling y'all, keep them phones away from your electromagnetic fields are dangerous. I told y'all about them smart meters on your house. If you got a smart meter on your house, make them take that junk off, honey, and put on your regular meter because baby, see, look at on top. You see why I love my girl Lock so much? Look at that. Shungite stickers for your cell phone and your thing. So y'all better listen, guys. This doesn't go to me. It goes to the seller of Shungite stickers. But for your own health, you need to get them for yourself and your children. All of you. If you love people, you want to get somebody something for their birthday, give them that. They don't need another sweater. They don't need another sweater. Sound waves can listen. Electromagnetic fields make you sick. There are towns where people have electromagnetic field sensitivity. And you can't bring a cell phone into this town. There's no Wi-Fi, none of that in this whole town. There are towns like that. Y'all need to pay attention. Yeah, don't put the phone to your head. Don't put the phone to your head. Answer your phone on speakerphone or get corded headphones, the old school vintage headphones. And you can plug very low EMF frequency goes to that. Very, very low. Very, very low radiation goes to corded headphones. But them wireless Wi-Fi buds, I've never been a fan of earbuds. Never. They used to be like, oh, stop being so old-fashioned. You should see me. I'll be untwisting my corded headphones because they'll get tangled up. People be like, oh my God, what you got them old headphones for? I'll be like, alive. I got them for alive. And that's only for the rare conversation that I have to have in private. Other than that, I'm talking to you on speakerphone. I don't care what nobody say. Yeah, I'm not concerned with eyes and stuff like that. Mind your business. You don't know who I'm talking about anyway. But I'm not doing that. Hey, LA Chic. You're going to have to watch on a replay game because it's 3:24 and I already was saying at 2:55 that we need to get off. I love you, boo. Glad you made it here. But we are getting ready to get off because I don't want to wear my girl locked out. And I need to go get me some tender vittles. Feeling a little famished. Y'all will be so proud of me. Let me tell you what I've been going through. So as y'all know, it feels like we're going through a shift in the world. I'm sure you guys are aware of it. If you're not aware of it, you probably need to do some prayer and connecting with God and some soul searching. There is a shift going on. I have been eating so little food lately. It's one day I woke up and I promise you, everything smelled weird and tasted funny. I'll take 2 bites and be like, what is that? I don't want that. Shout out to LA Chic for the super sticker. Thank you so much, my love. You always come through and show up and show out. Thank you, my love. We appreciate your support. As Locke said, we appreciate you spending your valuable time with us. We know you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you shared it with us, and we appreciate you for being here with us. But I woke up one day and everything tasted funny, smelled funny, and I just was like, I'm not hungry. I don't want that. I don't want that. And so I have been doing nothing but juicing. Doing ginger shots, turmeric shots, and juicing. Spirulina, chlorophyll, this, that, just juicing every day. I'm talking juicing. Let me tell you something. Commit yourself to just juice. It will flush your system. I feel clearer of mind, body, soul, spirit. Promise you. Everything was just like, no, I don't want to eat this. I don't want to eat this. And I feel that we are in a lot of shifts going on. And I just feel free. I feel clear. I feel super clear-minded. And I don't know what it is. I cannot say. Lots of tea. Hot tea. I just have been over everything. And I was like, I'm turning into my mother. My mother went through a period where when I was growing up, she was the juice queen. the juice queen. I was juicing and everything back then, but I really feel clear. I feel free, and I can feel the difference in my body, and I like it. I like the difference. I eat to live and not live to eat. That's important. We have to learn the distinction of eating to live and not living to eat. People who still live to eat, they run into something they're running from. They probably grew up feeling like we didn't have enough. And so they gluttonous and they just have to buy everything and eat everything. And, I tell people, like, listen, be careful. Food is how they anesthetize you. I'm not saying that people who are in need should not get, but if you're in need and you have to get, let's say, SNAP benefits, food stamps or whatever, train yourself to eat healthier because they give you $1 million in food stamps and no money for tissue. So you can't even wipe your behind. And people anesthetize themselves with food. Sometimes when you're suffering, you seem to feel like, life is not this, that, the other. All right, I'm going to get these cookies. I'm going to get this stuff. I'm going to get this. I have gotten myself to a point where me and Nirvana go to the supermarket multiple times a week because we are simply buying what we need. I'm not buying one big dose of stuff and keeping a bunch of food in my cabinets and in my, I don't do that. I don't do that anymore. There was a time where I always had this ton of food in the house. No, we have a whole discussion of what are we going to eat the next 2 days. I like that. You train yourself bad sometimes when you pile up a bunch, because if you got a bunch of food to pile, the food that is pileable have too many preservatives and you shouldn't be consuming it anyway. So my appetite has changed a lot. Me too. I'm losing weight. I feel great. I feel amazing because you're not anesthetizing yourself with food. Sometimes food is that thing that hence the term comfort food. Hence the term comfort food. It's like, oh, he broke up with me. Let me get a pint of ice cream. Oh, I didn't get the promotion I wanted. Let me get these cookies and this cake and this ice cream. No. All of those things that you're piling on, you don't need. I promise you, I will spirulina. I will drink some spirulina, some chlorophyll, some celery. Celery and lemon, that renews your liver and all of that. Listen, I promise you. Oh, definitely gardening and composting. No, you're not off topic. Definitely gardening and compost. And Nirvana is big on that. That is going to be a Nirvana show. She's going to be on the platform. This girl has been making me buy seeds since she was 6 years old. Mommy, I want to buy these seeds. Let's buy these seeds so we can plant this. I'm talking nonstop. We were composting and everything for a while, but I wasn't really good at it. And I was just like, I don't want these old foods sitting around. But composting is important because I had a client, this older lady who was a client. I told y'all she grew watermelons in her yard and she had a massive compost bin. And baby, them watermelons was huge, seeded big watermelons. I was like, wow. And I noticed too that she did this thing. You see that part under the watermelon that always looks lighter than everything else? She put a newspaper. She folded newspaper and put it under the watermelon right there. And so whatever nutrients it get, I have to ask her at greater depth what it was. But every one of those watermelons had, she told me she bought a watermelon, seeded watermelon. She saved all the seeds. And then she said she just, out there by her compost bin, not far from it, she just threw the seeds in the yard. Baby, watermelons was developing on the other side of the fence, on the neighbor's fence. I said, look, they're getting some of your watermelons. She said, I know, they got those. They grew on the other side of the fence. But that's to tell you how they spread, how the roots just spread. So composting and gardening is a phenomenal idea. I don't really feel tired. I sleep at night, a good, healthy, wholesome sleep. But I'm not cloudy. I feel so clear of thought and mind. Yes, absolutely. But I definitely want to do composting and gardening. We have some things to do, guys. Get ready. We're going to come up. I'm going to produce a schedule on the community page. And then everybody that wants to be in the particular topic, sign up and you will be on the topic. And we'll set the time. And we will set a time where we start and then we end. I say we'll probably go for 2 hours for each one. maybe 2.5 hours, and then we will just get on and discuss the topics. So you got to sign up. I think we'll do 6 people for each one. So everybody will be able to talk and say their point and stuff. And I'm excited. I can't wait. This is so dope. I feel like this is really going to grow us like we supposed to grow. I love it. Because we sink or swim together, guys. We sink or swim together. Somebody said something about quitting smoking. Let's see. Lisa, she said, yes, I do the same. I get enough for a couple of days. That way I can't overeat. Me too. That's what we do. I work from home, so that really works for me. Plus, I just quit smoking 3 months ago. Congratulations. And I don't want any extra food here. Congratulations. And we train ourselves. We know how to train ourselves to do anything. So I think if we train ourselves to do that, we can do it. That's the same motivation between me and Nirvana, Lisa. We don't want to overeat. We don't want to just have, because every now and then I walk to the pantry and I'll be like, oh, what can I snack on? And it'll be Nirvana will buy like some, what do they call it? Veggie straws. She's very, very health conscious. She has always been. She doesn't consume a lot of bread, very little bread, and no milk. She stays away from dairy and all that stuff. And she is just, boy, when I say in shape. And sleep is very important. Like I said, I went for a long time without sleeping. But then I was able to start sleeping, and I cherish my sleep now. I cherish. Yes, the fasting feels so good. And I bought this Arden's Garden detox. Oh, baby. I'm getting ready. I was going to detox, but then I had my granddaughter for a weekend, so I can't detox on the weekend with her. So I said, okay, I'll wait till during the week. Hey, Shannon, what's up, boo? That's okay. You can get a late pass from the Dopest Mind. Listen, we about to be on the replay gang, girl, because we about to get off. We've been on here for a long time. We miss you too. We love you. We love you, family. Barbara said, my workplace has the highest standards and practice for recycling and composting in the city. Checked early, and we're in a big city in Western Canada. Dope. That's nice. That means they are eco-friendly. And I live in a house with an eco-friendly girl. She's a eco warrior. Baby, Nirvana don't play. We be having compostable coffee cups. Like if we have takeout cups, sometimes I just like for us to be able to make our stuff from here and leave in the morning when she's going to school. We don't just have regular, hot cold cups. We have compostable cups. She is an eco warrior, eco justice warrior, big time. So I can relate. Locke got you, Shannon. She said, I hope you brought your late pass, girl. Your late slip. I love you guys. It's always fun with you guys. I appreciate you all. I love you guys so much. Locke and I will be posting on the community page, the schedule, and you guys jump on. Everybody jump on. Make sure you come to class with your books, and we are going to have these discussions because it's super important. Sarah, get it together, girl. You got to I want you to make the curriculum for the conversation, for the brain, and make the curriculum, Sarah. And this is a shared effort. This is a community effort. So some of these topics I'm putting in your hands too. I don't mind doing some of the work, but I want you guys to do it too, especially our subject matter experts. This is your time to shine. So it ain't no thing for me to step back and let you lead the discussion. This is your area of expertise. Lead that discussion. Because I told you I have stuff to learn too. Seizures and all that. I have things to learn. I have a traumatic brain injury, Locke and I both. Traumatic brain injury and a seizure disorder. There's stuff we need to know. And I have to say, by the grace of God, God is so merciful to me. I laid in the bed and had this discussion with God last night. I promise you. I said, Father God, you love me so much. How is it that you allowed me to heal myself of all these things? Because I'm telling you, if y'all would have seen me right after I got shot, oh, not a nice sight. You wasn't getting this version of the Dopest Nerd. Trust me. She was a broken woman with a whole lot of medical issues, a laundry list of medical issues, and spirit. While I was still here and alive, I can, in retrospect, look back and see I was broken. I was a broken woman. So, baby, when I tell you, I literally am grateful to God. That's why I have to always call on God's name. I cannot leave God out. I can't. Look at what I eclipsed. Look at what I was able to come through. How could I not be grateful? How could I not call on the merciful, matchless name of and majestic name of our Lord and Savior? How could I not? I came through a lot. This was not the version of the dopest nerd y'all would have got back then, baby. Y'all would have seen me. Y'all would have been like, told you I had 2 girlfriends. Rest in peace to one of them, Lisa Stockdale, my homie. Lisa said, she used to call me Nannykins. She said, Nannykins, if you ever decided to smoke crack, we wouldn't judge you not one bit. After all you've been through, if anybody deserves it, you do. And we wouldn't judge you. And I ain't never smoked no crack, for the record, y'all. But baby, God saved a little wretch like me. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. Look where he brought me from. Absolutely. So thankful. I'm so glad and grateful to this merciful Father God we serve. And I'm going to always stand on God. I've heard the little snickers around the internet. Y'all sound cute. She always talking about God over there. Oh, please. Anybody always talking about God. That's not real. Okay. Go through some stuff. See, y'all ain't really been through nothing. That's why you think that. But baby, if you got to come back from a bullet to the face, I bet you be talking about God, and in conclusion, God. Get you some. And I mean it. I'm not trying to be facetious or nothing. I know what I came from and from whence I came. I know I'm telling you, I know when they ran through that door, after that bullet hit me in my face, I tell you the air came to my body and passed through me. I felt it enter the front of me and come out the back. I was no longer one cohesive piece. I started to particulate and disintegrate. I felt my body disintegrating, and I ceased being completely flesh at that moment. I started to become the spirit man. I promise you, I felt that air come to me and pass through me, go out my back like a loosely knit sweater. I said, oh shit, I'm dying. Thought I was dying. And I'm probably that day, my flesh probably died. And I mean that. So I hear the little cute comments down the internet. Oh, she only talking about God. Yup, I do. Over here, we going to talk about God. You might not like it. This ain't the place for you. As long as you're both around me, you're going to hear this, God. Because this is what we on. This is the type of timing we on, as they say. This is that timing I'm on. And I'm going to always stand on this. Firmly. Shout out to Lily I Am for Nirvana. Thank you so much, Lily. Shout out to Lily for the super chat. Nirvana girl, the nerd herd is giving you some love, boo. She said, thank you. God is good. He's awesome. He's an amazing, awesome God. And I really am honored that he saw fit to save me and to preserve me for times such as this, for me to be here with y'all. Listen, God did his big thing with me. That's right, baby. He did his big thing with my hard head. Thank God for it. I thank God for loving me in such a way that he saw fit to keep me here and whole and let me go through all of this and live to tell the tale. See, it's one thing to go through some stuff, but to live to tell the tale, to save other people from the pitfalls, and to tell them what it looked like when you stand with God, I'm going to always be his biggest cheerleader. Matter of fact, that sounds like a t-shirt to me. God's biggest fan. I'm always. Because look what I came from. I know from whence I came. I'm telling you. I do know that. And I look back sometimes in retrospect. Let me tell you, even something simple as my locks. Let me tell y'all something that happened to me when I first got shot. So I would sit in a room and stare at walls for hours. I wouldn't talk to anybody. I was in literally so broken and fractured. And I would just be rubbing my head, and I started rubbing. I would do this thing. I guess it was a stimming. I would rub my head, and I promise you, one day I rubbed, and I felt this odd feeling. I was like, what is that? And I rubbed it again, and it gave me this sensation in my body, and it felt odd. And I took a hand mirror and went to the mirror in the bathroom and looked. You know how you put the mirror up behind you, you look, and baby, can I tell you, it was a spot clear like this. I had stemmed until I was bald in this spot. And it was a small spot first. It was about this big at first. Girl, can I tell you, that thing grew to my whole arm. My head was from, because the bullet that scarred my brain, it was right there where it scarred my brain. And it was like not enough blood flowing in that area or whatever. And it was super tender. Baby, that hair dropped out. I said, oh, I had to cut my hair. I had to chop all my hair off because it was like, and I was a mess. I cut my hair in this short, almost like that Halle Berry 90s haircut. And then I made this piece. I attached it to, you know, the little clip, the hair clips, like you could, the comb, and then you could press it down and it locks it in place. And I put 3 of them on a strip of hair this big, and I cut it into, and I just would put it right here and just snap it onto my haircut. And you couldn't see and I just put some shaper spray to hold it in place so it wouldn't blow or whatever. And I cut my hair real short because it was gone. It's Nirvana, like the rock group, like the theory of spiritual enlightenment. Nirvana, super frenetic. Nirvana. And I mean, I was shooketh. All the hair just fell off from stress, from traumatic brain injury, from lack of, you know, blood flow in that region, from my head being so, it was just, I was broken. I know from whence I came. And I'm eternally grateful to God. I will never stop calling on God and never stop talking about, never stop giving the glory to God. I am sold out for Christ, baby. I'm sold out for God. Nobody can tell me about nothing else. You can't tell me about nothing else. I recently had somebody come along and try to finesse me and, you know, put all this, that, and the third. And I'm like, listen, I get all that. I get all that. We all got a journey to take. But as for me and my house, we go serve the Lord. And that's just what it is. I know from whence I came. Nobody led me through this fiery pit like God. It's like Daniel in the lion's den, baby. The lions were sitting there salivating, stick their tongue out, lick that whole face because they were salivating. And God said, don't worry about a thing, boo. I shut their mouth. God, when I got in that lion's den, God shut their mouths. They couldn't even open their mouths if they wanted. Okay? When I emerged out the other side, people was like, what? She was in the lion's den. How they ain't eat her up? Them lions eat everything. What? Yeah. Because everything ain't for you to understand. It's only for you to see. Absolutely. All right, y'all. This 345. Locked is gonna beat me with you see them separated carrots. They like, look here now. All right, y'all. We're getting ready to take this to a close. I love you guys. Shout out to Foxy Nyla. Hello, Waves. Good evening. And then we got a arrivederci because we've been on here long. I told Locks an hour and 20 minutes. She gonna get me. So everybody that's gonna catch us on the replay, gang, we love you. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the dopest mod for being the dopest mod in the land. I love her eternally. This woman is on the money. Okay, show your girl some love. This is not just the dopest nerd, it's the dopest mod too. We are a team here. Show your girl some love. I love you guys right back. Thank you so much, Sarah, everybody. I love you all. Aw, thank you so much. Shout out Crystal Energy. That was a dope statement. Say thank you so much. She said, God's gift to you, Natanya, like mother, like daughter. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Shout out to the whole dopest nerd family. You guys rock super hard. I love you. I am, let me tell you something. There are so many things we could be in this world. It don't hurt to be a nerd. It's something special about that nerd crew. The nerd herd, baby, there's something special about this over here. And I'm totally, totally grateful for you all. I bid you all I thank you so much. In conclusion, for the topic of the show, y'all see the play. Now, when you go back and you look at all those other content creators with those statements, you can see it from a different set of eyes. You hear my voice in your eyes as you watch those other content creators. This is a play. Adria English and Brendan Paul ain't got nothing for nobody to want to sue them. And in the process of suing them, name drop almost every major celebrity out. A certain one we will not say because, baby, they will cut me off again. Those of you who are watching on the replay game, you will see every time I say a certain person's name, this hackation chop me off. So I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. Those of you on the replay gang, you get up to the part where I talk about Nirvana's nomination and her trip. I'm so honored and pleased to have this child come through my womb. What an amazing young lady. She is so talented. She is going to change this world. And I told you she was nominated in the 7th grade. Most likely to change the world. Can y'all see this? Most likely to change the world. And I mean, come on. How dope is that? How dope is that? Most likely to change the world. That's a huge thing. I mean, I was no more good, honey. I was crying. Nirvana was like, "Oh, mommy, it's okay." I was just like, "No, this is a big deal. This is a big deal." I appreciate you guys too. Thank you so much, Kimber. Don't worry, I got you. Reach out to me, the channel email address, so that I could interact with you. Give me your number and stuff, and I'll get some stuff to you. I'll make sure that I make some contacts so that you can get access to some stuff. Big honors indeed to Nirvana. Glory be to God, for real. Thank you for the blessings, and thank you for all your amazing children who are changing this world as well, and a product of your grace and your brilliant minds, because you don't stumble over here by accident. You come here intentionally, and that means the nerd work is a life mission. And shout out to y'all for walking that life mission. Absolutely. Locked put it in the chat, Kimber. So everybody, sleep well. If it's daybreak where you are, by all means, enjoy your day. Those of you where it's nightfall, enjoy your nights, in your evening with your family. I send love to everybody. I love you guys so much. I adore you. I respect and honor and appreciate you. By all means, throw up a like before you leave. Get the likes up so that the algorithm knows that we're doing something good and sends this out to lots more people. Shout out to the nosebleeds, everybody in the bushes and the nosebleeds. Shout out to you. We love you. We see you in the background. Shout out to the neurodivergents that don't want to interact, but they are completely interacting from the comfort and safety of their home. We love you too. All are welcome. And I just want everybody in this world to appreciate the diversity of what and who we all are and how we function, and to respect and appreciate that, you know? Shout out to the people that only go through the self-checkout because they don't want to deal with people. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I had to tell somebody the other day, she's like, "You can come over here." I said, "I'm fine here." "You can come over here." Excuse me. You heard what I said? Okay, thanks. I don't want to interact. I'm going to do this self-checkout because I don't want to talk to people sometimes. I don't want to. Call us neurodivergents, call us tisms, call us spectrum, call us whatever you want. You don't always feel like encountering people. And if you want to disassociate from the crowd and just go through the self-checkout and do you, boo. We love y'all. And we all come in all shapes and sizes and different flavors. It takes all of us to make the world go round. Thank you. Shout out to everybody in the bushes. We love y'all. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to spend your last 3 hours and 50 minutes with us, and we appreciate you. Until we meet again, guys. God willing and the creek don't rise. Until we meet again. I love you. Nighty night, everybody.